Hello, hello, hello. What's up this morning, everyone? Why do we have the Twitch logo bouncing there? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Fine Tuesday to ya all. Good to see ya, good to see ya, good to see ya. Tuka, buddy. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you, 42 months. Thank you so much. Raging Goblin, Silty Smacker, Tassinger, Morbun, Mano VHS, Jofu. How was everyone doing today? Hopefully, everyone had a spectacular long weekend. Maybe if you're in the US for the holidays. Hopefully everyone's doing well today. Today, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna play some standard. I'm intrigued by some of there's so many cool Avatar cards, but I'm very interested in these new sagas. In sagas, like, they don't look like super busted at first glance, but I actually think they might be pretty strong. Like, the backsides are good, there's some powerful front sides abilities. So today, we're gonna see if we can break some sagas, and we're gonna start with some Naya Sagas, where we're playing for Legend of Roku, for the Legend of Yangchen, for the Legend of Kyoshi, and basically trying to get them down as fast as possible with some mana dorks. We have Esper Origins to dig through our deck, and then some cool synergies, like from the Final Fantasy set, there was this weird sub-theme of Saga stuff. So you have like Riata, which can loot and get Sagas back from the graveyard, a Garnet that can remove counters from Saga. So I'm actually pretty excited to see how Sagas actually work, if they're any good. So that's gonna be, yeah, well, we'll see. Maybe they aren't busted, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. A Yuna might be cool in this list. Yeah, I was thinking about Yuna. We're not very graveyard focused, so that was my question. Like, is it worth playing Yuna, even though we're not really actively filling our graveyard? I know, like, Riata can get things in the graveyard, but we're not playing Fear of Missing Outs, and some of the stuff you'd see in a Yuna deck typically. Maybe. It still might be worth it, though. Hey, what's up, Lose It? How are you? Good to see you, good to see you, good to see you. We can try adding a Yuna. Maybe it's still good enough. Are we gonna end up with Sagas in the graveyard? We could at least play it in the sideboard, I guess. That would be an option to play a couple in the sideboard. I don't know. I'm actually like interested in all the sagas too. Even so, we have Naya Sagas, which we're gonna start with, but I actually think the Black Saga is really cool from the set. Like, all the sagas from the set, the blue one's actually pretty sweet too. All the new sagas I think are actually just really interesting. So maybe we do more than just this Naya deck. But we're gonna start with the Naya deck, and then we're gonna go from there. Saga Airship is pretty fun. Ooh. Wait, how does Saga synergize with the airship? Wait, what am I missing? How does Saga synergize with the airship? Tom Bombadil, yeah, but Tom's not standard legal, unfortunately. But Tom is really cool with sagas. We naturally have sagas in the yard, turn 5, turn 6. Yeah, I guess that's true. Like, someone probably just gonna die. Hey, what's up, Lose It? How are you? Good to see you, good to see you, good to see you. Yeah, I guess well, most of the sagas we have in our deck, though, don't actually sacrifice. These are all ones that flip into creatures. But yeah, if you have the sacrifice ones, they are pretty sweet with airship. When a saga ticks 4 the last time, yeah. That is true. That is true. I guess I was thinking of our sagas, which don't actually do that. But yeah, a lot of the traditional sagas do actually sacrifice themselves. So hopefully everyone had a good holiday weekend. The sagas that flip don't synergize, yeah. Basically correct, Jofu. The ones that flip don't really synergize. The ones that sack, though, are pretty sweet. I was hoping there were more Saga support cards in Standard, but these were the only ones I found that were like super interesting and possibly good. Even Garnet, I'm kind of iffy on. I want to see if it's any good. A possibility of removing counters seems like it could be strong, but it's also just a 2/2 that needs to attack to do anything. I guess Lifelink is kind of nice. How was your Thanksgiving? It was fun. It was fun. This was the big holiday for my family this year, because everyone's going to their like in-laws and so forth for Christmas. So this was, it was we had stuff Thursday, we had stuff Friday, and then Saturday was my little sister's baby shower. So it was a long weekend of family stuff, but it was good. Got to eat a lot of food, hang out with the family. It was fun. It was fun. I gotta go to class, but I hope y'all have a good stream. Hey, No 44, thanks for swinging by. Have a good class. Hopefully it is going well with you. Reminders before we get to the deck. Replay YouTube. That's where you can find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube. Yesterday, we finally talked about the most broken cards in all of Magic. If you remember, like a month ago, we did a stream where you all helped me come up with the list of the most broken cards from each year of Magic. The video's finally up, so if you haven't seen it yet, it's up on the YouTube. Check it out, and thank you all for helping go over like a bunch of those years. We spent an entire stream going through the years, and I think it ended up pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, so thank you for all that. Yeah, it's super fun. I think we'll do it again in the future. One thing I want to work on, and I figured I would ask y'all about this, is I want to do a year-end video of some kind for, like, around New Year's, kind of wrapping up the year. And I'm not sure the best way to do it. Like, what would be, I thought about going like month by month and going through everything that happened in the year, doing some sort of tier list of the year, just something so we can talk about like all the different craziness, because it's been a wild year in Magic, from the best set of all time or the best selling set of all time in Final Fantasy to Spider-Man. Like, the highs and lows and ups and downs of this year have been absolutely wild. So if you have any ideas, maybe we'll do a stream for that at some point. Oh, speaking of streams, next week, viewer battle stream. So make sure to sign up or show up if you want to play your sweet Avatar decks. Excited to see what y'all brewed up. Ham, turkey, or both? So it really depends. I think ham is better than turkey in a vacuum. Although on Thanksgiving, with some gravy and like, some potatoes or something, I don't mind some turkey as well. But I think ham is better, I would say. Peaks and valleys. The peaks and valleys of Magic. Your collector booster max box opening have been memorable for different reasons. I really would love to open some good boxes for once. Like, seriously. I have people being like, thank you for, for showing how bad these boxes are. Thank you. You're doing the Lord's work out here. I'm like, I don't really want to be doing the Lord's work. I'd rather be opening the valuable cards, honestly. Like, I'm glad it's helpful, but given the choice, I would rather be opening the super valuable rare cards rather than opening $200 of cards out of these boxes. So, I mean, turkey stuffing is S tier. Thanksgiving is weird. It has some very good food, and then also stuff I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Yams? Who eats yams? Like, who eats yams? Props at a neon ang. See, it's been a minute since we've had to open like that in one of our openings, and we open a lot of boxes too. Who is eligible for viewer battle stream? Patrons only, or any restriction? So for viewer battle stream, there's no restriction. All you need to do to sign up, and we will take signups day of, but sometimes we get full of people that signed up ahead of time. So if you want a better chance of getting to play, signing up ahead is worth it. All you need to do is send me an email or a whisper here on Twitch. Doesn't really matter, whatever's easier for you. And just let me know your arena info, your username, and the number after the hashtag. And also what format you want to play. You want to play standard or brawl or historic or timeless? I don't care. We can play any of them. Just let me know so I can make sure I have decks prepared. So it's as simple as that. And then show up next stream and we'll do some viewer battling and see how it goes. I sent a mail, but unsure if it's in. We'll still have my deck ready. Yes, I got you, Tuka. I got you. I'm excited to see the deck. How was your all Thanksgiving? Did anyone do anything interesting? Yams are so good. Ugh. Oh, what actually the fun thing? One of the most fun things we did on Thanksgiving. So there's this weird tradition in my family at Thanksgiving where after Thanksgiving, my mom really loves the idea of making do I prefer Mimi decks? I like to see people's cool brews, but you can play whatever you want, really. Like, if you come and stop me with, I don't know, tier mono red or something, if that's what you want to do, go for it. But you can play whatever you want. I like seeing the cool brews though, so I'll be playing stuff that we've probably played before, just a mixture of stuff that we've played on streams and videos and so forth. So that's kind of where I'm heading. I won't be playing just like the meta decks from the top of the meta or whatever. But yes, whatever you want to play. But we have this weird tradition for Thanksgiving where my mom likes to build a gingerbread house for Christmas, and it's like, I don't know, you build it out of cardboard and crackers and candy, and I guess it looks kind of cool. But the tradition is after we do Thanksgiving stuff, all the girls and women of the family do the gingerbread house, and all the guys are supposed to take care of all the little kids and whatever, so they can build a gingerbread house. But they have this arcade that open here. I didn't know this was a thing because we don't get cool things in upstate New York because nothing happens here. But they opened this like arcade that was super sweet. It's like a retro arcade, and it's something where you pay like $15 and you can play all the games that you want to for as long as you want to. And it's just full of like old pinball machines. There's like NBA Jam, all these 80 games, air hockey and stuff. So we went to that for a little while, and it was actually super fun. I had had a lot of fun doing that. Christmas 666. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Welcome back. Big scoops here for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They have one of those in my city. Yeah, they're super. Oh, yeah. I'm sure in the city you have all kinds of cool stuff, but out here in the middle of nowhere, we don't have anything cool like that. So that was actually fun. Pinball is actually like kind of cool. I'd never really played pinball much before, but it was actually kind of fun. I won't be available for viewer battles this month. I'll try again in January, but rest assured I'm still tweaking the Sultai Doppelgang deck. I will be waiting, Joe Geomancer. The big news of the week, Christoph! Welcome back to the Fishbowl for the 31st month. Hey Seth, what did you think of the PlayStation Secret Lairs? I only picked up the Uncharted Secret Lairs. The PlayStation Secret Lairs, they weren't really my jam. I never really played those games, so I didn't care about them. But based on what I've been seeing just like card price wise, I think people like them because a lot of cards that would go in the decks of those new legends have been like spiking in price. So I think people actually really like them and are building around them. So I thought they were cool for what they were. They just didn't really speak to me because I don't really play the games that they featured. Speaking of Secret Lairs, I want to know what you think of this, and then we're going to play Magic, but this was the biggest news of the last week, and this is wild news. It is so crazy. Have I tried Sultai Riddler? I haven't tried Sultai Riddler. Do you have a deck list? Hey Seth, hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Big hugs from Italy. Hey, big hugs from New York. Welcome. Good to see you, the Karatui. I'm sorry I butchered your name. So the big news of this week, they announced the Monster Hunter Secret Lair drop like 3 days before it was supposed to go on sale. Wizards post this article that they're going back to the drawing board with the Monster Hunter Secret Lair drop. They're big fans. They're big fans, but it didn't turn out that well, and they're going to postpone and completely rework the entire Super Drop. You'll find out more about it in 2026, and I don't know what to think of this. Like, on one hand, I think it's great that they're going to improve it, right? Like getting better cards or better flavor, or whatever they're going to end up doing with this, I think is a positive for players. I don't know if this was a good choice for Wizards in the long run. I have to think that Capcom made them do this. I can't imagine Wizards of their own free will would do this and would like actually scrap the entire thing and start over. It's costing them money, it's costing them time. And the biggest thing is it sends a message that I'm not sure Wizards really wants to sell, because it sends a message: if you complain enough about a Secret Lair drop, you can bring about positive change. And I'm not sure if Wizards wants to send that message, because you know us Magic players, we already love complaining. We are very, very good at that. Like shuffling cardboard and complaining are two of the things that we do the best. And if Wizards is sending the message, hey, if you guys complain hard enough and loud enough, we'll actually make Secret Lairs better. That does seem like they're kind of asking for more complaints. Hey Seth, how are you? I officially have gotten over the 109 sub mark. Hey, congratulations, Stone Rain. That is amazing. I will also say, I'm pretty sure that when they re-announce these Monster Hunter Secret Lair drops, they're going to be like the most ridiculously OP'd Secret Lair drops of all time. Like, there is no way that they can do this and cancel and rework the entire thing and come out with another Secret Lair drop that's full of, you know, whatever, cards that people might not like, cards that aren't very valuable, cards that the flavor doesn't fit well. So I am fully expecting that when they re-announce this, it is going to be like, they're going to go all out. There's going to be ancient copper dragons in there and stuff. Like, it's, I don't know how they do it exactly, but I think they will be like some of the most value-packed, over-the-top, strong Secret Lair drops that we've ever seen. The biggest risk might be that they actually take in make them all unique cards, which that would scare me a little bit if they if they make them unique cards and they have this pressure to like make it really good. We could end up with some really busted stuff. So it is going to be interesting to see where it shakes out. Also, I don't know how you manage to misspell like Champion of Kitoko or whatever is actually just like spelled wrong. It's Katako or something. Like the words are the letters are inverted. I don't know how you do I don't know how you do a crossover Secret Lair and misspell what I think is a pretty meaningful name from the other IP. Like, that by itself is probably enough to get Capcom to be very, very not happy. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with this. My question: did they actually print these? It seems like the answer should be yes. If you want a fun thing to do this week, dumpster diving behind the printers might be worth it. I mean, I feel like if any of these slip out, the original versions, they're probably going to be insanely expensive because there's not going to be, watch them just fix the typo and ship it again. I mean, I guess that is possible. That is possible. Can we not slide Dockside, Mana Crypt, Jewel Lotus, Monster Hunter drop? Yeah, it's going to be so OP. My question for you is, chat, two questions, and then we're going to play Magic. One is, do you think this was necessary? Because I'm not really like a Monster Hunter person. So when I see this, I see just another Lair drop. Like, yes, the cards don't have a ton of value, but that's a lot of secret Lair drops. Yeah, maybe the flavor is not a perfect match. I don't know, I'm not a Monster Hunter fan, but that's a lot of secret Lair drops. Was this actually like so egregious? Like, discounting the spelling error, discounting like the typo stuff, which that is pretty egregious. But was the drop actually that bad that they need to pull the plug on the entire thing? And if the answer is yes, what do you want them to do from here? Like, do you just want them to pick better reprints? Do you want them to make them mechanically unique? Do they need to expand it out to a full set? Like, what's the solution here? The lore is quite off. That's my guess is, Dylan Hunter, welcome to the Fishbowl. And Ameribrit, welcome you to the Fishbowl as well. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Happy holidays. Thank you so much. So I think that's going to be interesting to see how they do it. I think if it's ongoing relationship with Capcom, they didn't want to fix this. Yeah, that would be my guess is they probably have more Capcom stuff coming up in the future, and they care about maintaining that relationship, and that was enough to make them pull this out. Hey Seth, you should do Sharpie MTG, but only use basics with flavor text to see if you could make a functional deck. Ooh, that is actually a pretty funny idea. I actually like that, Stone Rain. I might have to add that to the list. Have you seen this list running around? It uses Badgermole and Mana Dorks to speed them on the battlefield, ramp into Crater Hoof. Curious how you would build a sideboard for this. Ooh, doing some mono green action, eh? I mean, so how would you build a sideboard? So the stuff I would start with, so Graveyard Hate, Ghost Vacuum, Soul Guide Lantern, something in that vein. Heritage Reclamation, pretty good for artifacts and enchantments. The struggle with green is going to be removal. I guess you can play some fight spells, which are a little sketchy because most of your creatures aren't that big. So I'm not sure what to do for removal exactly. I would probably look at, it is a cool idea, I would probably look at some other mono green decks and get a sense of what they're playing. You could splash another color. Ooh, Torpor Orb. Interesting. I wonder if Torpor Orb really good against the Airbending combo deck. Also would shut down your deck though a little bit. Your Crater Hoof not gonna be nearly as good. That is kind of the problem with mono green, is your sideboard's gonna be relatively weak. Like, you can get an idea like with the landfall deck, some artifact and enchantment removal, I guess some counter hate and frenzied Baloff. I don't even know if that's really worth it. Some way to generate card advantage, but there's not a lot of options. So yeah, that's going to be a weakness of the deck. But I would focus on Graveyard Hate, some form of creature removal, and artifact and enchantment removal might be about the best that you can actually do. We're going to be in Vegas for Star Wars Worlds in July. Hey, awesome, Stone Rain. What card would you add to Timeless? 2 to 3 cards to make it even more broken. I love Timeless. Timeless, it's so broken. And Dark Depths makes it even more broken. What would I add to Timeless to make it even more broken? I mean, if you want the easy answer, Power 9 would actually turn it into something like a stronger vintage, maybe. But I think that you could add the Power 9. They probably won't do that for a while, but I think we probably get there eventually. LED would be a good one. Cradle, Gaia's Cradle would be. It would be interesting to see something like Gaia's Cradle, just because it might help with some of the creature decks. I feel like creature decks are not very good, but maybe you could actually have some sort of elf deck or something if you had Cradle. Maybe that would be enough to put it over the top. Trinisphere? I want Trinisphere. Trinisphere is the card I probably want the most, just to completely completely evolve the prison deck into something that would actually be pretty busted. I love that format. It's so good. What do you think about this? Let me see. Saltai Blink, eh? I mean, that looks sweet. Standard is so funny. So, ooh, Tanglewire would be sweet. Standard is so funny because I feel like you can kind of do anything in the format if you play. Oh wait, there's not even. Wait, are you not playing Badger Mole Cub? Oh yeah, I mean you're gonna have Badger. I just saw the Gene Pluto and Llanowar Elves and figured there was a Badger Mole Cub, but there's no Badger Mole Cub. But I feel like you can kind of do whatever you want in Standard as far as playing big expensive things, assuming you play Badger Mole Cub, Gene Pluto, and Llanowar Elves, which I guess is basically the Saga deck we're about to play. Like, yes, you could play the Legend of Kyoshi. Yes, you could play the Legend of Yangchen. You just need Badger Mole Cub to ramp into it. This is a pretty big CDH tournament. You should check out the top 16. Ooh. CDH time, eh? Rograk in Thrasios, Kinnan, Niv, Rowan, interesting. Rowan's actually like a CDH, like a real CDH deck? Really? Really? Oh, I don't see, where's the deck list? Huh. I mean, it looks pretty diverse. It looks very diverse. I guess you get a bunch of partner piles, which I guess is pretty much how CDH works. Drago, Drago and Temna. That does look pretty spicy. Click the name. Was I not clicking the name? Hang on a minute. Click the player name. I kept clicking the commander, but apparently got to click the player name. What does a Rowan CDH deck look like? I still would like to have a CDH metagame on Goldfish. That's something we were working on. I don't know where we're at in the process of it. Oh, so it's kind of like a Stormy style deck, basically, right? So it's kind of a combo deck. Spicy. Timna, do you actually play Drago in the deck, or is it just there for colors? I want to make a modern balance. Oh, balance. I would love to have balance. Library of Alexandria. I feel like with Strip Mine running around, you can probably print whatever broken lands you want. Tabernacle, maybe? Tabernacle of Pendrell to make sure the creature decks are doing okay. Anyway, let's do some sagging and we can talk as we go along. So what are we trying to do with this deck? We're checking out the new sagas. We got Legend of Roku, we got Legend of Yangchen, we got Legend of Kyoshi. We're ramping into them, and we're trusting that these cards are actually good. Are they good? I don't know, but they draw cards. Legend of Roku draws cards, eventually flips and make dragons. Legend of Yangchen is removal and even more card draw if we give our opponent some card draw, flips into this big airbender. Legend of Kyoshi draws a ton of cards. All of them draw a ton of cards. Draws a ton of cards, makes a massive creature, flips around into a creature that makes even more mana, gives our lands trample. So that's basically the deck. We're trying to just play as many of these sagas as possible, as quickly as possible, and see how busted they might actually be. Ooh, Replenish is not on Arena. I think that's actually a pretty Workshop. Could you add? I don't know. Maybe you could add Workshop. Maybe that's actually a bridge too far. I was thinking you could add just about any land in the Strip Mine meta. Would Workshop be too much though? Workshop might actually. I don't know. Maybe it'd be fine. I'd try it. I mean, I think that Dark Depths is really strong in Timeless, and it's fine. Like it's very strong, but I think it's of a on par for Timeless power level, which means it's incredibly broken, but so is everything else in that format. So ooh, Port. I don't even know if Port would be good. You might as well add Port at this point. Is Port even like good in Legacy anymore? Do people still play Port? I watched a bit of the EU. I guess it still played a little bit. Man, I remember when this card was so expensive. There was a time when Death and Taxes and Legacy was like almost a budget deck for Legacy, but the ports were like $500 a play set. Yeah, I guess there's still a port deck, the Death and Taxes deck. Not what it used to be, but yeah, we'll keep this. Seems good enough. Close enough. Oh no. Flyers? Oh, that's a lot of Legend of Kyoshis. Maybe more Legend of Kyoshis than we really want. Well, how about Llanowar Elves? One thing about this deck is it doesn't have that much removal. What do you think about Tiger Seal in Sky? Ooh. Wait, is this isn't our budget deck, is it? In Sky Hussar. I'm feeling like we might be a little bit slow right now. Well, let's play Llanowar Elves. Let's play the Sacred Foundry. We're just going to die to Momo, aren't we? Mill the Esper Origins. And yeah, mill the Gene Pollinator. Pass the turd. Yeah, 3 Legend of Kyoshis might be a bit much. So Sky Hussar, we played a cool budget deck around Sky Hussar. Oh, this is very similar to our deck. Our deck with a updated mana base, maybe? Definitely playing the Southbound stuff. This is similar to the budget. Oh, no. Oh, we're super dead. Opponent hits us down to 12. And we just do not have the ant. Wow, what a fast start. So we had to play a land. I mean, the Legends of Kyoshi are not going to save us from a bunch of flyers. Mill. Pray. I don't even know what we're praying for. Summon Espermodden finds us. Removal that cannot hit any of our opponent's stuff. We built a really cool Sky Hussar deck a while ago. Tap to untap white or blue creatures you control. Reveal it from your hand. Draw a card. Play it only during upkeep, only once. I mean, it's really cute. I think the idea is really cute. I do worry that this is something that would be really sweet in like 2016 modern and maybe not as fast enough for 2025, 2026 modern. That would be my main concern. I think the idea is cool. The synergy is cool. I just imagine that like you're dying so quickly to Amulets and Goryo's Vengeance reanimation and stuff. I don't know how realistic it is to actually use this to win games. Just like play some creatures, tap them to draw a card. So it might just not be fast enough for like the top tier of the meta, but it is a sweet synergy. Forecast is, I kind of like Forecast. Forecast is like it's kind of a neat mechanic. Why can we not cast things? I mean, I think we're just dead here no matter what. Esper Origins, mill, and I guess we'll keep a Badger Mole Cub. Esper Origins, draw the Badger Mole Cub. We just lost to a Momo and a Sun Pyro. I mean, I guess there's 2 Air Nomads legacies to make them into real cards, but is untapped not... I don't know what... People have said this like a couple streams now, and I'm very confused because I guess I don't know. Like, untapped is on. It seems like it should be working. But then people always ask me, maybe, do we want the, like, it is working because I can pull up the deck. Do I just, like, not have a setting enabled or something? So it is working. I'm not sure what's missing. Like, what is it not doing? Because I would like it to be working optimally if we could. All right, so opponent's playing a bunch of flyers. We will bring in Fire Magic. We'll bring in Torch the Tower. We're going to have to bring in some cheap removal, I guess. Maybe the Get Lost. See how much removal we can fit in. Go down. Unfortunately, we're going to go down the spicy. Oh, yeah, we didn't add a Yuna. We did want to add a Yuna to the deck, didn't we? Do you think Yuna's worth it? Do you think it's worth it, even though we're not, like, super graveyard Philly? So bring in removal. We need to keep the ramps. We can play our sagas. I really don't want to cut the sagas. Maybe we go down like an Esper Origins. Llanowar. Yeah, how about that? How about 6/1 mana dork? Something like that. I missed the beginning of the stream. What is the game plan of the deck? Well, I mean, the main idea is to play the new sagas and see how good they are. Yeah, I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence about Yuna. Well, okay. This hand is faster because we have Badger Mole Cubs. Oh, this weekend is Worlds. What is your hype level for Worlds, chat? When you hover the card, it doesn't blow up so I can read the text. I will have to look into that and see what is going on, because it should be working. Well, sometimes you draw 2 Badger Mole Cubs and then play a Legend of Kyoshi on turn. Sometimes you draw 2 Badger Mole Cubs and your opponent scoops before you can play Legend of Kyoshi on turn 3. Excelbar, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank ya. Is there like a hover card option I need to click? Limited helper. Miscellaneous. In addition to the alternate to the overlay. Huh. I'll have to look into it because I am not 100% sure why Untapped is not doing what we want it to do. I'm actually pretty excited for it because I want to know what the pros think of this meta. Have I tried turning it off? Oh, that's not a bad idea. Let me see. I might have to Control Alt delete it because it just minimizes. Let's see, untapped companion. All right, boom, it is down, and untapped restarting. Unless there's just something super obvious that I'm missing. All right, we'll just run it back. That went much better. At the very bottom, the settings, it says, look at the Twitch extension settings. Oh, general. All right, let's see. I mean, I guess I can click on. Let's see. Yeah, but it says it's enabled. And it was working before. Yeah, I am not sure. That is super annoying, though. Can we keep this? Yeah, I guess we can keep this, right? We have Esper Origins. Yeah, we got some. We'll try it. We got some cheap removal. That's good. Oh, opponent. Wow, just gonna run out the Nurturing Pixie. Okay. Well, we will. Oh, how much do we want to shock ourselves here? Ah, the joys of Shocklands. The painful, painful Shocklands. Well, yeah, I mean... Yeah, Sacred Foundry untapped. Go. How is Avatar Limited, Ben? I haven't done many drafts, but Richard was telling me how he thinks that Avatar Limited is actually, like, one of the greatest formats of all time. better than Final Fantasy, which he thought was one of the best formats of all time. Is it actually that good? Is it actually like a GOAT limited format? I think we keep the removal spell and the land. Very bomb heavy. I have heard that criticism from people. Well, let's play the Quarry Mountain Monastery. Pass the turn. Leave up our removal spells. Opponent. I'm gonna flash in a Sun Peril Kirin. Sure. And we will kill it. I don't know how good this Legend of Yang Chen's going to be against our opponent's deck. They might not have enough high mana value stuff for it to kill much. Bound it. Bassin. I mean, we might get plotted, but we're going to do it. Esper Origins. Opponent. Aang Swift Savior. Okay, sure. So, slows down the Esper Origins for now. Opponent. Enduring Curiosity, okay? That is pretty obnoxious. Opponent gets in. Gonna draw a card. Hit us. Oh, yeah. I think this is our budget deck, but with the updates we talked about, or very, very close to it, at least. Opponent gonna pick up their Nomad's Legacy. And our opponent's pretty close to Mythic. Oh, we're in some trouble now. And we're missing land drops. Ugh. Esper Orchids. Badger Mole Cub's going to be too slow. Yeah, I think... Enduring Curiosity is such a brutal card. My god, is it a brutal card. It's so brutal. The Riddler went 1-4 in a metagame challenge. Yeah, I mean, scamming Quantum Riddler is pretty strong. I mean, we see that all the way back to to Modern, right? That just being able to warp a Riddler and blink it for 1 mana is very powerful. Opponent gets in, hits us down to 10. I mean, we can play the Legend of Yang Chen next turn finally to try to deal with this Enduring Curiosity, but our opponent had to draw 3 cards off of it, which is probably enough that we're in trouble even if we can kill it. Opponent gonna crack the map, and that's assuming they don't have, which I think they do have with 3 mana up, assuming they don't have some sort of answer. If they have an answer here, then it is just straight up GG. Yep. Well, when we played the budget deck, one of the things I said is Waterbender Ascension kinda sucks. Play Enduring Curiosity instead, and that's why. I mean, if you think about how this game played, I don't think Waterbender Ascension would have turned on. And Enduring Curiosity won our opponent the game. Card's so good. Can we get any Jeskai Blink content for Modern? Would you enjoy that? Do you want Jeskai Blink content for Modern? I always struggle with like the tier decks that everyone knows. I don't know, maybe we're at a point where there's just like not that much Modern going on, and even like people kind of just want to see the tier decks even. I've always been hesitant to like do too many videos that are actually just like the decks at the top of the meta. But if it's something people want to see, I'm down for it. My conclusion of the deck so far is that Badger Mole Cub is good and the rest is suspect. I mean, that was 1 game against an aggro flyer deck on the play. So, but you're probably correct. I mean, that's the power of Badger Mole Cub, right? You can play any suspect cards, and they're probably going to be good because Badger Mole Cub is so insane. Like, Badger Mole Cub itself is just so broken that you can get away with playing whatever random, like, 5 drops that you want. Ooh, the new Belcher list. Like, the mono blue Belcher? Yeah. I mean, Belcher is a cool archetype. Really? Exclusive nightclub. Okay. I don't know what our opponent's up to, but sure. Gotta play it with Zookeeper and the Fire Horse. Wait, have you actually played with Zookeeper? Has it been good? Well, I mean, we're gonna play... Yeah, let's just play the Verge. We have 2 Riatas, so let's get down a Riata. Pass the turn. What's your opinion of foreign foils? I'm trying to make my Tevel Commander deck all foreign foils. I think foreign foils are cool. I think, because I don't know other languages, there's some, like, German cards and Russian cards that just, like, the words look cool. They're just, like, interesting or funny. I think German has some of my favorites. Like, there's some ridiculous looking words in Germany. So I think it's sweet. I've never really made it a focus to try to get them, like, for my own decks. I think the downside is, I think it kind of depends a little bit on who you're playing with, too. The downside is they are hard to read. And in some play groups, people might not enjoy that they can't read the cards, but as long as that's not a concern. Yeah, let's get out of Llanowar Elves. I mean, I think we're working towards a Legend of Kyoshi here. That is our actual goal. Opponent. Wow, fire magic. Okay, that's a little brutal. Sure. Opponent blows up the board. And passing. All right, well, the Sagas are coming. Should we be able to resolve them? We will see. Well, tap land. Garnet. Go. Zookeeper and the Fire Horse does sound like a sweet band name. Opponent. Yeah, I guess it puts more pressure on you to make sure that you know. Oh, it's just 5-color control. It does put more pressure on you to make sure that you know what the cards are doing, because you're going to have to explain it to your opponents in some cases. Another Kyoshi. Well, I mean, yeah, Legend of Yang Chen. Let's run it out there, see what happens. I don't know about letting a control deck draw 3 cards. That's probably not ideal, but, well, Yang Chen, go. Oh, no. I mean, we gotta do it. We gotta do it. We need to be able to play these Kyoshis. Well, Basang Say, and how about a Legend of Kyoshi? Well, here comes the Sagas. Unfortunately, that's a control deck with 7 cards in hand, which is not great. Opponent going to inevitably defeat our Saga. Well, Legend of Kyoshi, not going to do anything right away. Pass the turn. Oh, opponent. Verge. And even more inevitable defeats. And a Torpor Orb, which doesn't really do... Wow, they... Main deck Torpor Orb. What is going on in this format? Well, let's play Riata. Let's play a Plains. Let's loot away a land. Actually, do we loot away the Legend of Kyoshi? Let's loot away the land. Let's loot away the land. Legend of Yangchen with no targets. Is it worth it? We can resolve it. Yeah, I mean, I guess it... They're probably not going to have any targets ever. So, yeah, I guess we just run it out there and draw... Give our opponent more cards. I guess. About it. We might use the Torch Tower Lightning Strike. Oh, wow. What is this? Is this like a burn deck? Okay, Legend. Oh, do we do this? Oh, man. This is actually... Yeah, people are really prepared for airbending. Do we let our opponent draw 3 cards, or do we say no? And try to 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? We're going to decline. I know it's a party foul, but we have the Legend of Roku here to draw cards without drawing our opponent cards. Opponent's going to consult the star charts, do some digging. Well, okay. Legend Roku finds a million Esper Origins. We can... Oh, yeah, Badger Milk Cup isn't going to trigger. Right. Torpor Orb. Well, we can Esper Origins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do we want a land? I don't think we need another Yangchen, because they just have nothing to target. Yeah, let's mill the Yangchen. Keep the land. And pass turn, see what happens. Turn 1 Elf. Turn 2 Badger Mole. Turn 3 Zookeeper. Turn 4 Calamity Zookeeper saddles and attacks with +6/+6 along with 2 4/4s. That does sound pretty funny. The power of Badger Mole Cub. The power of Badger Mole Cub. Well, we get to flip the Saga. We get to make a mana. It'll be green mana. We got to get these cards out of exile. Let's Esper Origins. Mill the Polluter. Keep the Kyoshi. Esper Origins. And one of the cool tricks with this deck, the Saga Synergy, is we can, once we get to the airbending, we can airbend our own Sagas to replay them. But here I think we actually just airbend the Torpor Orb. I think we airbend the Torpor Orb. And then we can actually get value out of the Badger Mole Cub. Let's draw the Monastery. And we'll get the Kyoshi. We'll get the Kyoshi next turn. So draw the Monastery. Play a Monastery. Badger Mole Cub. I mean, the deck's doing things. The deck is doing things. Whether or not this actually... We're back up to 22. Whether or not this actually beats the control deck, we will see. Opponent. Jeskai Revelation. So if we sack this... It doesn't matter, right? So we're going to bounce the Badger Mole. Hey, what's up, Lucid? How are you? Yeah, I guess we just have to let it go. All right. Well, we will pass the turn. About it. Hey, what's up, dear Michelle? How are you? Yeah, it has multiple targets, so I don't think there's any way we could actually fizzle it. Own it. Sacred Foundry. Untapped. And Fire Lord Azula. Okay. I mean, scary? And a Torpor Orb. Trigger prowess, trigger prowess. I mean, as long as the Yang Chen lives, we can firebend it. My. What is our opponent doing? I'm so confused. Opponent. Attacks, attacks. Well, we will block. Well, now we're not going to be able to firebend because our opponent has a High Noon in their Fire Lord Azula deck for some reason. Well, we get to flip the Roku. So does this mean we're just dead? But they can only play one spell a turn. Well, I mean, we're gonna. I guess we play the Kyoshi. It is kind of hilarious how teched our opponent is for certain matchups. main deck Torpor Orbs, main deck High Noons, and we're kind of just picking up on all this incidental hate. Like, we also would like to cast more than one spell a turn. Opponent gonna go to combat. Opponent gonna attack. Gonna firebed. What is this? Double Jeskai Revelation? It is. They're looking at what to bounce. My goodness. I will say, chat. I will say, yeah, there's no coming back from here. I will say it is a little concerning. It is a little concerning that the standard meta involves main deck High Noons and Torpor Orbs. I'm just saying that normally people with a straight face playing those cards in their main deck, not exactly a sign of a balanced meta. This world is gonna be wild. This world is gonna be wild. Is Clash Podcast on a new schedule again? So the new schedule for Clash Podcast is it'll be up on Tuesday, but it might not be exactly at 11 a.m. every day. Basically, the way we did it until a few weeks ago is we would record like on the previous like Wednesday or Thursday, and then it would go up the next Tuesday. But we changed the schedule, so now we are recording on Monday afternoons, and then it's going live on Tuesday. So it's really just when Morgan gets the editing done. Most of the time, it'll still be 11 a.m. Eastern. But if it takes longer for whatever reason 1 week, it might be, 1 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday. But it'll still be up, like, sometime during the day on Tuesday. I think it'll be worth it. Like, I like having a set schedule so people know when it's going up. Probably going to cut the High Noons from the sideboard because that actually seemed very obnoxious for our deck. I think the High Noons, we might be hating ourselves here. I mean, the Sagas did things. We didn't win, but they did do things until if the High Noon didn't come down, we might have won that actually. Wow, main deck High Noon. Maybe we just got to build stacks. Maybe that's it. Maybe we just got to stacks. Unfortunately, this hand doesn't have green mana, which is awkward. The Badger Mole Cub into Legend of Kyoshi would be sweet. Ugh. All right. So much for the green mana plan. How about a green card? Okay, I guess maybe we should have mulliganed. That's what we get for trusting the magic gods. Oh, no, come on now. Why are we drawing all of our Boros mana? Opponent, land. And Fire Lord Azula. And... Alright, we should them all again. Are you implying that decks including hyper-specific hit cards for problem cards in the main deck might be indicative of a slightly strange standard? Very much, Kolos. Very much. Normally, that's usually like... There's a few kind of warning lights. The canary in the coal mine that might let you know, not that standard or a format's bad, but that something's a little bit weird. And I think one of the biggest canaries in the coal mine for Magic is when you start to see cards that you'd normally consider narrow sideboard hate cards showing up in people's main decks. When that starts happening, like I said, it doesn't mean that a format's bad or anything, but it's kind of that warning light where you're like, okay, I need to investigate and see what is going on, because this is not normal. This is not how it normally goes. Hey, good game, Shadow of Change. We were just talking about your love of narrow hate cards in the main deck. How many Torp Orbs and High Noons are you playing? I mean, those cards are very good in Standard right now. It's just, you think High Noon was part of the burn plan? I don't think so. I mean, I guess you can kind of, like, justify it as that, but I don't think you'd play High Noon. I don't think you'd play High Noon, just to be a bird spell. I think it's got to do something more in the meta for it to really be worth considering. Well, that's Esper Origins. Ew, no lands. Well, we're gonna double mill. We're gonna double mill, see if we can get towards lands. Pass the turn. Opponent. Land. I mean, we'll see what Worlds looks like. I'm very curious to see what Worlds looks like. I feel like we're gonna see a lot of Badger Mole Cubs, but I think they might be split between archetypes. Or it could be possible that control is just the answer, and we see a ton of control decks, perhaps with High Noons and Torpor Orbs in the main deck, that are targeting those decks. But I'm very more excited than normal. More excited than normal for Worlds this time around. Now let's play the land untapped. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have 6 mana. Well, I guess we just Esper Origins. Yeah, let's just Esper Origins. I'm expecting No More Lies, potentially. All right, opponent. All right, wow, lots of control, We're gonna play the Gene. We're gonna play the Gene Pollinator. If our opponent has a sweeper here, that would be annoying. Man, control for days. Opponent. Passing. Well, okay. Red. 3, 4. Actually, no, that's not smart. We need to be able... So 1, 2. I think we have to tap the Badger Mole Cub. 1, 2. If we do it this way, we can pay for a No More Lies, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Tap the land. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, all right. Legend of Roku. Opponent, stop countering our stuff, you jerk. Come on. We need some cards. We can pay for a No More Lies with the Gene Pollinator. Oh, just a Washitong? Okay, that's fine. 2/2 Washitong is fine. So we get to draw 3. Play Ariada. And pass the turn. All right, no wrathing, opponent, no wrathing. Let us play our Sagas. Please, opponent, land, and... We just want to play some Sagas. Flood Pit Surrounder, okay. Gonna tap down the land, maybe? Is Riata a scary looking card? I mean, I guess this is our Yuna. Yeah, I got you, Sado. I don't know why it was being weird like that, but we're good. Oh, double Flood Pit Surrounder. Okay, Bona gets in, hits us. Down to 17. So, we get to make a mana. It will be red. 1, 2. So we tap the Badger Mole Cub. 1, 2, 3, 4. Legend of Roku. I mean, we're all in on the Rokus. Legend of Roku. Number 2. Exile 3 cards. Play a Quarry Mountain Monastery. Loot away a Legend of Yangchen. Ooh, Torch the Tower is actually a pretty good draw here. Let's just torch the Washitong. That was a pretty good draw. And we will pass the turn. I mean, the Sagas are coming next turn. The Sagas are coming next turn. Found it. Have you ever done a Commander game where everybody plays a different kind of enchantment deck? Like Shrine Sagas, Oros. Ooh. I don't think we have ever done that, actually. That could be fun. Like different styles of Enchantress. I could get behind that. That sounds like a fun theme, actually. We played the Monastery, right? We played the Monastery. Looted away the Yangchen. Oh, we played the land from Exile. It only has 1 card in hand. Well, let's start with another Badger Mole Cub, because 2 is better than 1. Turn on the Stomping Grounds. Stomping Grounds untapped. You know what? I think we will discard. We will discard the Verge. And okay, let's do things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't even need to take damage there. All right, step 1. How about a Legend of Kyoshi? How about a Legend of Kyoshi, opponent? How are we feeling about that? All right, we will draw 4 cards. Thank you, opponent. And now we will. Do we do it again? Let's tap this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we just do it again. Actually, it makes more sense to tap the Saga. Let's tap the Saga. All right, how about double Kyoshi? Legend of Kyoshi? Number 2? I mean, this is kind of ridiculous. Found it. Washitong. Gonna draw some cards. Well, we are also going to draw some cards. And pass turn. Discard. All right. I mean, I think we're good here. Because this Avatar Roku is going to start making some really fire-bending-y dragons here momentarily. Opponent getting in with the Owl. And we have a removal spell for the Washitong. Opponent not abandon air templing for some reason. All right, well, here comes... Ooh. And a Yangchen. So, well, let's turn this into a pretty big land. Turn this into a pretty big land. And then flip. We do lose the second Roku. Play a land. Do we just win here? Is this actually just game? Let's discard a Yangchen. Oh god. Oh god, that's 3 Badger Mole Cubs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh. I mean, we're gonna play stuff. It's too much fun to pass up. How about a Badger Mole Cub? What happens when you draw 3 Badger Mole Cubs? And we'll turn on the plains. Now all of our stuff taps for an obscene amount of mana. So let's play a Legend of Roku. Draw some more cards. Oh, Kyoshi. That's a Kyoshi. I'll tap you. play a Kyoshi, draw some cards. Okay, maybe Sagas could be decent. All right, we drew a few more cards. Now is this sorcery only? It is sorcery only. Okay, how do we close out this game? We only have 17 cards left in our deck. Saga's popping off. They're kind of popping off. Let's Esper Origins to gain some life. Mill and mill. Play Llanowar. Play Llanowar. And let's go to combat. 8-16. Yeah, let's get in with all three. Attack, attack, attack. Do some fire bending. About it. Opponent has to block something. Opponent blocks, opponent blocks. Opponent block. Wow, okay. Sure. Abandon Air Temple. So get lost to Washitong. Sweep the board. Discard the hand size, and I mean, we basically just drew our entire deck. But oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Our opponent entered the Avatar state. Hey, Jim! How's it going, Jim? Good to see you. Wait, do we still win? Do we still get to Earthbend like crazy with these? An opponent scoops it up. The Avatar state. Not strong enough to stop Sagas, apparently. I mean, I guess we are also full of avatars, so. Standard is a great spot. Mole is obviously a strong card, but it's too early to say that it's unhealthy. Yeah, well, I mean, it is too early to make any sweeping statements. I will say it looks a little, I mean, seeing the main deck Torpor Orbs in the main deck High Noons, something that makes me think something's up in Standard. Something's up. But we got Worlds this weekend, and we're gonna know a lot more once we get to Worlds. It's I was actually doing some Black Friday shopping, and I was looking at Elgato because I need some more lights for my setup. So I was looking at Elgato to see if I was going to get some lights from there, and I saw the Stream Decker, and I immediately think of Jim. Anytime I see the Stream Deck, Jim is the person I associate the most with the Stream Deck. And I was like, man, should I get one of those? I didn't end up getting it. I'm not going to encroach on Jim's on Jim's turf, but it is pretty sweet, the Stream Deck stuff. But I did get some more lights, so that'll be good. And also, I really want to try to build, and maybe you can help me with this, chat. So I have this idea. So are they actually the best? So Jim, I guess I'll have to look into it more. I can't imagine myself using the sound effects too much. I'm just not, I don't know, talented enough for that. But are there other upsides of the Stream Deck? I'm sure once I got used to it, I'm sure there'd be some cool features that I could take advantage of. Are you at Worlds this weekend, Jim? Either playing and/or it controls that does sound kind of sweet. Either playing or casting. So opponents just like Azorius things and stuff. I guess we can bring in a little more removal. I'm not sure about this Garnet. This Garnet might have to go. But here's what I'm trying to figure out. Stream. I really want a teleprompter of some kind, or not even a teleprompter. But you probably notice sometime when I do like a short or something, I've had people be like, oh, I can see that you're looking down at the script. So what I really want is a way that like I can put the script for something behind my camera, so I can be looking at the camera and still see the script. So I think I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna try. Oh, Elgato just got it all. Maybe Elgato is just the solution to all of life's problems. But I really want some. I wouldn't use it for the stream in specific, but for some videos, I think it would actually be helpful. My current plan is I can like get a monitor and mount it on my wall behind the camera and then use it as a teleprompter. I think that might work. But for stuff like hire someone to hold the whiteboard for me, yeah, that might be possible. With the way the economy is going, there might be people looking for that job. Actually, there might be people that actually would like that job. Let's Esper Origins. Well, if I could train Bear to do it, we had on Saturday. It's my little sister is having her first baby, so she did a baby shower, and what do we do here? Multiversal Passage gives us red. I think we got to keep our sagas, right? That's the whole point. All right, we're going to keep Multiversal Passage. Let's play this Gene Pollinator. But, so my little sister had her baby shower. She wanted to do it in my basement because I have just a wide open basement where she could fit a bunch of people. So she did it in my basement. And after the party was kind of winding down, some of, her boyfriend's family were around. The people I hadn't met before. Just a few of like a couple of his brothers and stuff were still there. And I brought Bear down, and the look on their face, I'm so desensitized to how big Bear is because I live with him all the time. He's my buddy. But when someone who never sees Bear before sees him for the first time, just the look of shock and awe, just like how massive Bear is as an animal, it never gets old. I really need to figure out a way, and I don't know how to do this. I'm gonna have to look into it. I would love to bring Bear to a magic event just so people could meet him, because Bear loves being around people. Like, he loves it. He just loves meeting new people, loves people petting him. He's super chill. So I really want to figure out a way to bring Bear to a magic event so people get a chance to actually meet him. Because he would love it, and I think people would also love it. You need an AI assistant to correct all your mispronunciations. See, that's why I'm not worried about the AI thing, because I'm pretty sure that the AI cannot mispronounce like I can. So no one's gonna be deep faking me. No one would buy it anyway, because all the words would probably be said right. Either that, or maybe I take down the AI from the inside with my mispronunciations. When the AI starts saying boiler biggles, scumble to temptation, then you'll know that it was watching my videos. I just don't know how to get him there. I guess I could drive to Vegas or something. It just seems like a lot of effort. So let's 1-2. Let's start with Badger Mole Cub. Yeah, let's start with Badger Mole Cub. See what our opponent says about that. The way this goes wrong is if they have a second interrupter, that's really bad for us. Because then everything's going to cost 4, and we can't... Okay, they have an Aang. Now we can play the Legend of Roku. We're still kind of in a sketchy spot here. Play the Verge. Yeah, this Aven Interrupter is really annoying. Opponent combat hits us. Our Torch the Tower costs 3 manas. Now let's make a mana. How do we do this? We need to kill the Interrupter. Please just work. Come on. We can't take another one. We need this to die. Oh, that is the nightmare. And I think that leaves us straight up dead. So we can torch the tower, this Interrupter. Yeah, opponent did a good job of drawing interrupters this game, that's for sure. Alright, pass the turn, start losing stuff. I would love to bring him to Vegas, I just don't know. I don't know the way to do it. Karn would explode if I bought him to MagicCon. Yeah, Bear, he would get pretty excited. He does. When there's a bunch of people around, he just gets so hyped, but he loves it. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know how to actually pull it off in practice. Maybe if there's a closer one. Maybe I could more realistically drive Bear there. I just don't want to drive all the way to Vegas. That's like such a long drive from New York. My little brother had his wedding in Texas last year, and some people drove to that, and it was like 30 hours or something. And Vegas is even further than that, so I can't imagine just the amount of driving it would take. Is there any way out of this? So we get lost. I mean, we gotta. If they have another one, we're definitely dead. So we get lost the Avon Interrupter. Then we can Badger Mole Cub for 2 into Esper Origins. I mean, I think that's our only realistic plan. So, all right, let's try this again. If they just have another Ang or another Interrupter. So this is just like a flash deck, I guess. They're just straight up blue-white flash. No more lies. Okay, I think that actually does it. How would you brew a stack if you were talking about earlier? Would it use a self-bounce shell? Probably wouldn't use self-bounce because... yeah, we couldn't even get to the Badger Mole Cubs resolving. All right, I thought they might have been a control deck after game 1, but they're actually a flash deck, so... I think we want to change up our removal a little bit. Like, a Braid seems good. Maybe the Fire Magics even? We also got to expect that they're going to have... I'm sorry, Garnet. I think we're just going to end up cutting the Garnet. The Garnet just doesn't seem... it seems too hard to actually make it work. Like, it would be sweet the time that it does work and we reset the Sagas and get all this value. It doesn't seem like that time is going to come up very often, though. All right, what else can we cut? We don't want to cut the Sagas, because that's kind of the point. Maybe we go, like, down to Llanowar Elves. And in Origins? Ang's Iceberg is also instant speed removal. Yeah, all right, we'll get on the Riata. Let's try it like that. Yeah, the problem is we couldn't kill the Interrupter. that is kind of, well, and it wouldn't have even been free because of Ang, right? So it would have cost not keeping that's for sure. All right, well, we got a bunch of mana. Which I guess is not bad. It means we can draw into something eventually, maybe. Well, let's play Llanowar Elves. Go. I have a Roddy, a big, very big Rottweiler, who does not know how big he actually is. He thinks he's a little lapdog. Well, let's play Llanowar Elves. Let's play the starting town, and I think we Esper Origins here. I mean, we got to keep Badger Mole Cub. It's awkward because we don't have any big payoff at the moment, but so our opponent sitting on No More Lies, presumably. Yeah, I mean, Badger Mole Cub. Garnet's gonna be replaced by something after this game. That much is for sure. What it's gonna be replaced by, I'm not sure. Well, our hand is on the table. We're going to need to draw a Saga and resolve it somehow. Well, that's a Saga. Yeah, I mean, this flash deck's so annoying. This is like such a bad position to be in because anything, we tap out for these big expensive sorcery speed things and they can just so easily disrupt it. Let's just Esper Origins. I think that makes the most sense. Esper Origins. Own it. Haven Interrupter. All right. And we're going to do that again. Bone it. I'm going to play a land. I'm going to get in for 2. Down to 20. We draw a Badger Mole Cub. Well, okay. Let's play a Badger Mole Cub. Found it. Has an Aang Swift Savior. 2 lands. I don't even know if we want any lands here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Maybe we keep 1 land. What are we doing next turn, though? We like play a Badger Mole Cub, get it countered, cry. that sounds about right. Oh, pass the turn. Hey, what's up, awesome dude? It's been a while. How are things? I'm sorry you're sick, but it's good to see you. It's good to see you. All right, Badger Mole Cub. Oh my god. Oh my, I wasn't expecting that to happen. We actually resolved a magic card. Well, I guess I would have played things differently if I thought there was a chance we were actually going to resolve something. All right, we will pass the turn. Poundek, going to start doing abandoned air temple stuff. Well, now we got a lot of mana. We got a lot of mana now. Opponent, going to play a land. Well, okay. Suddenly we have some amount of mana. We'll see if that actually matters. Opponent not forcing the issue with the abandoned air temple. Down to 12. Oh, fire magic is so close to being good. Well, okay. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Legend of Yangchen. Opponent has a negate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Esper Origins. Hey, what's up, Swing for Zero? How are you? Found it. Flashes in a Blood Pit Router. Well, I think we're dead now. It turns out that the 7th counterspell got us. Good. Newest job in a relationship now. Hey, awesome, dude. No complaints other than being sick. Glad to hear things are going well. The Avatar set's been way better than I expected. You liking it? Yeah, the Avatar set's been super sweet. We'll see where standard ends up, but yeah, I mean the set itself is super sweet. Opponent going to transform Aang. Finally ran out of counters. Now that it's too late to matter, and we draw a land. Oh boy. Whew. That was brutal. My God, was that brutal. That's a deck where if you can get out on the front foot, I mean, it's just an insanely bad matchup for us. But if you can get out on the front foot, just playing all the Aangs and Haven Interrupters, very, very strong. The problem is if you fall behind, then those cards become very, very weak. So you got to make sure somehow that you're always like in the lead, that you're on board, that you're pressuring your opponent. It's the tempo life. Yeah, that matchup is ridiculous. Like any deck that is just overloaded with counter spells is going to be very good against a deck that is just playing 6 mana sorcery speed spells. that is life. Hey Seth, hey chat, playing Superior Spider-Man Reanimator in Standard. Do I have a shot? I mean, yeah, I think that deck is good. It's definitely good. The question is how much graveyard hate is running around. If people are prepared for the deck, then I think the deck is is kind of mid. Like, if people are playing a lot of Graveyard Hate, if people are not playing a lot of Graveyard Hate, then I think the deck is kind of busted, actually. It's really, really good. Is this 5-color control again? All right, well, Badger Mole Cub. You know, Badger, I mean, we're gonna trust that this Legend Kyoshi is gonna let us refuel. Badger Mole Cub, Badger Mole Cub. Opponent. Land. And split up to kill the Badger Mole Cubs. All right, that's pretty bad. Well, play the land. We will Esper Origins. Mill and mill for sure. Yeah, we'll try something. We'll try something different if the deck doesn't win in the next match or two. The people think Badger Mole Cub will be banned. Always gets crushed when you play it on stream. It's cute at best. Oh, I think there's a. I mean, we're 2 weeks into standard, but I mean, you gotta think, Great Destroyer. We are playing Saga. We are playing Sagas. I'll play a land, and yeah, I mean, this is not the best Legend of Kyoshi, but we're gonna Legend of Kyoshi. 6 mana, draw a card. Look out, control deck. Yeah, I mean, the tempo decks, that's the thing, right? You have to be ahead. So when you fall behind, the deck is just so bad. Opponent. Inevitable defeat. Well, we will. I guess 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Esper Origins. I don't even know if we want the Get Lost. Probably not. I don't even know if we want the Verge. The question is, do they have a Wrath or something? If they have a Wrath, then we're going to want the Verge. Yeah, we're going to put them both. Both to the graveyard. Come on! Something good. Okay, Legend of Roku is something good. Well, play the Riata. Pass the turn. My Badger Mole Cub deck wins too many games without the mole for it to be the whole issue. If you ban it, Aboroid, what, Crater Hoof and so on, Green Ramp is just too good now. I mean, if you're playing the Simic deck, it's definitely possible to win without Badger Mole Cub. Our opponent passing. All right, well, let's Legend of Kyoshi draw some cards. Oh, there's a Badger Mole. Play a land. Do we even Badger Mole here? Yeah, I think we do. I mean, we have the Esper mod in for next turn to give everything trample. So I think the incentive is just to run everything out. They haven't been wrathing so far, so I think we just run everything out and see if we can kill our opponent when Summer Esper Modern pops off next turn. I don't even know, at 29, I don't even know if we kill them, but hit them very close to being dead. If they have a Wrath, then things become a lot less exciting. Opponent, gonna get in with the Biza. Sure, we'll go to 7. Wow, all right. Well, have you thought about doing a video playing Badger Mole Cub in Legacy? Seems crazy that it's making impact on the format. Well, that was a pretty good Ultima. Pretty good Ultima. Ultima stops Earthbending lands. Well, I guess we just have to Esper Origins because we're about to die. Ugh, those are both not cards we want. Yeah, I don't know how we realistically get back into it from here. I must say, new Day of Black Sun is so clutch against top meta decks. I even got 3 of my main decks all take control. It's perfect gold. It does not stop lands from coming back into play. Guess we'd have to block with Kyoshi, but then they get another trigger. Ultima does stop lands from coming back into play. Well, opponent found a Saga. The Rise of Sozin. And another anti-casual. Yeah, I mean, is there any way we win this game? I don't really want to let our opponent go through our deck if we're just 100% to lose. So we play this, we go to 1. We play this, we have to chump or go to 1. Yeah, I don't think we can realistically get back in it. Westchestermore, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super, thank you. So our opponent's Mardu Control, I guess? Mardu Control. We don't really have much for control in this deck. We don't really have anything for this matchup, honestly. I mean, I guess get lost better than Torch the Tower. Torch the Tower doesn't seem to hit anything. Aang's Iceberg gets got by inevitable defeat. Yeah, I mean, all right, run it back. I mean, we were doing fine until that Ultima came around. Yeah, Day of Black Sun, it's a weird, like, delay trigger. There's really things that actually stop Earthbend lands. I think the list is bounce the lands, but then you're... Seriously, Magic Gods. Bounce the lands, but then your opponent can always just replay them, but that does temporarily slow them down. So you can bounce the lands, Ultima, and that might be about it in Standard. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'm not thinking of that actually deals with them, but I think that's pretty much all. Yeah, Bees against the control deck doesn't seem that good. Legend of Roku is good. Well, that's Legend of Roku, or let's Badger Milk up off the Sacred Foundry to set us up for a potential Legend of Roku next turn. No follow-up, unfortunately. Opponent, land. And has a Lightning Helix. Well, that means we do not get to play this Legend of Roku, sadly. Head you down to 20 past the turn. Oh yeah, I guess Final Showdown would work. It's a lot of mana, but it does work. Clarion Conquer is actually one of the best answers. It doesn't kill them, but it does stop the lands from tapping for anything, which is pretty good. That's another Clarion Conquer. Yeah, this is not looking great. Well, Legend of Roku. Okay. Pass the turn. So we can't play the Kyoshi on... Well, we can play the Kyoshi. Well, you have inevitable defeat. Opponent gets in, hits us. Down to 8. And inevitable defeat. Well, I mean, I guess all we can realistically do is kill a Clarion Conqueror, play Ariata, play a starting town, loot away a starting town, into a not very good land where I'll hit you, all the way down to 21. Yeah, I mean, I think there's some weird, like, fringe scenarios where, like, yeah, you could, like, exile the land in response or whatever. So there are, like, weird fringe scenarios that you could exile a single land, or, like, if you can, well, Caroline Conqueror. We're just gonna die to a burn spell, though. Our opponent's deck is full of burn spells, so I'm... Rise of Sozin, okay. Well, kind of being out Saga. Maybe we gotta switch to black. Maybe Rise of Sozin is a solution for Sagas. Pound it. Land. Llanowar. I mean, that is the problem with playing a bunch of Llanowars, right? Is sometimes you draw them later. No risk of earthbending is the entire point. Yeah. I mean, no. It's so funny because to me, making earthbending the mechanic, not have risk, probably makes sense, right? Probably makes sense. I do feel like there's been a general trend in Magic away from cards having risks and downsides, though. And I don't really like that overall trend, if that makes sense. Like, I think someone said that like Magic has gotten soft, and I think that's like I think the history of Magic has been Magic getting softer and softer, which I think in general has been a positive. Like I think Magic was way too harsh to be accessible in like the 90s and early 2000s. It was just too extreme for the average person to want to play it. So I think softening has been good, but I think we've almost maybe reached like the tipping point where now I think maybe it's going a little bit too far in avoiding anything that has drawbacks or anything that could have a downside. Like, and I think that makes things like less fun overall if you go too far that direction, if that makes sense. I mean, if you think about Badger Mole Cub, the fact that it's like it's just like, just on its face, it's kind of insane, right? It's a 2-drop that is essentially a 3/3, right? It adds 3 power to the battlefield. That's already above the curve stats. So if this was like a 0/1 or something, you'd be like, okay, like you're paying this a below the curve creature because you're getting this powerful ability. But Badger Mole Cub is actually an above the curve creature as far as just stats added to the battlefield that also gets a powerful ability. And then the fact that it makes a mana dork when it enters with the earthbending that benefits from it is kind of insane. And then it works with all your other mana dorks. It's just like, it's so incredibly explosive. Only affecting land creatures would have been interesting. That would have made it. It would have made it worse, right? It would have made it way, way worse. But I think it might have made it a better card because I think that what Wizards probably want. I don't know what Wizard wanted, I guess. I assume that this would be a card that would reward you for being an earthbending deck. And if Badger Mole Cub only worked with earthbending, I think it would actually be very interesting to see what do you play with it? Earthbender Ascension, maybe the like Saga. You're going to be looking for ways to like earthbend your lands to try to power up the Badger Mole Cub. As it is, you don't really play Badger Mole Cub with earthbending cards, which is a little awkward. Like, you play it with mana dorks, and it earthbends, but I never see people playing actual. Yeah, I think that was the idea, right? Is you Badger Mole Cub into Boomy, and like, but that's just not going to happen because it turns out that it's better to just play it with mana dorks than it is to play it with other earthbending cards. A 1/1 earthbending land is worth a 1/1 token because you can't tap it for mana and attack the same turn, not counting the Badger Mole static. I mean, that is true. It is worse than a 1/1 token. But it's also does tap for multiple mana when you have the Badger Mole out. Are there any other worthwhile sagas? The White Saga, Summon Knights of the Round's kind of meh. So I think Garnet's just not worth it. Even Riata doesn't really seem that good. Like, we didn't activate its ability a single time. As far as the sagas, Yang Chen feels a little hit or miss. Roku feels very strong. Roku feels like the strongest of the sagas. Legend of Keurig is interesting. If we went into blue, we'd get Keurig. Yeah, Fenrir is a saga, but it does sacrifice itself. If you're doing the Badger Mole Cub stuff, then I don't think it's really, really super necessary. I mean, I guess you could try to do it without Badger. One of the things I hate about this standard, one of the things I absolutely hate, is I feel like whenever it comes to ramping into expensive stuff, I feel like Badger Mole Cub's just the right way to do it. And that, like, I don't know. What if we try it without Badger Mole Cub? How bad would it be if we... How bad would it be if we try a different ramp package? Like, what if we, like, play Shared Roots, and then what? You play Shared Roots, then you play Glimpse, I guess? Like, it's just so much slower. Like, it would get around more of the hate cards. But is there any way our sagas are going to be fast enough if we're playing like Summon Fenrir's and so forth? Or are we just going to be too slow? We can try it. I'm actually curious. The upside of these cards is it would potentially let us play 5 colors of sagas. Although all these sagas, the new ones are all double colored, which makes it a little awkward. Clash of the Econs. 1 mana. Fight something, remove a lore counter from a saga, put a lore counter on a saga. Yeah. I mean, it is cute. If the fight spell, I feel like this is a card where you need the base fight spell to be good. Like, if you're a deck where the base fight spell is good, then this is probably fine. Because, like, 90% of the time you fight, and then 10% of the time you do a cool saga trick. I'm not sure if our deck can fight well enough to make it worth it. I think if the mode is 10% of the time and 10% of the time you fight and 90% of the time you're doing saga shenanigans, probably not going to be... Ooh. Man, what if we had Nykthos in Standard? Now I kind of want to build Mono Red. Mono Red, Legend of Roku into Clive. Mono Red Sagas could be cool. The Black Saga... Oh, we don't even have... Wait, where's the Black Saga? Summon Primal Odin. The Rise of Sozin is interesting. Yeah, 3-mana Terra. 3-mana Terra could be alright. It does dig. It does dig for stuff. It is kind of a big body. We're going to need... I feel like we need more ramp still. The only problem with the green-red Enchantland ramp, which is a cool card... I can't think of the name of it. It is 4 mana, though. I don't know if we kind of want to be ramping into 4 mana things, not ramping from 4 mana to 6 mana. I think that's kind of the issue. If this was like 3 mana, I'd be much more excited about it. If 4 mana, I'm a little more... We had Garnet in the first build, and we ended up cutting it. It just doesn't... It reads like it'll be really cool, but in practice, we didn't manage to do a cool thing with it a single time. It just, like... It's too hard to, like, play a 2/2, have it live, get a Saga down, get in attacks with it. I really wanted to make it work, but it didn't really work. Should we do another color is the question? Or are we just switching up the ramp package, essentially? And so we're going to need more basics. That is for sure. If we're doing this, we're going to need more basics. Yeah, I mean, so this ramp package is probably fine. I don't think this ramp package is bad. I think this ramp package is fine. It's going to be less explosive, but it's also probably going to be harder to hate on. And then maybe it's just... I mean, the other nice thing about doing this is we can actually play the hate cards now. Like, not High Noon. I don't think we play High Noon because we still want to be able to cast more than one spell in a turn. But with this plan, we could actually be playing, like, Torpor Orbs. We can be playing cheap sweepers, like... what is the best? Split Up? Maybe we had a couple Split Ups. Pinnacle Starcage. Maybe something like that. And, like, maybe we try something like... Oh, we have Torches in the sideboard. I mean, we can try something like that. This is essentially the same deck, but without the Badger Mole Cub aspects. Voice of Victory. All right. I don't know how necessary Voice is, but it is a strong card. We can put a couple in the sideboard. I think we're going to get rid of the High Noons. I do think we can play Torpor Orb, though. I think Torpor Orb, yes, there is things in our deck it shuts down, but I think we could make it work. Let's try a couple games like that. Can we play Lesson Removal? We could, but what upside do we get from playing Lesson Removal, though? Like, we don't really have a reason to play Lesson Removal. Oh, yeah, we could play Clear and Conquer now on the sideboard. I mean, that is the upside of not playing Badger Mole, right? Is you get to play the things that hate on mana dorks, hate on cheap creatures. Yeah, Conqueror's probably worth it in the sideboard. Fire Magic. Stuff like Fire Magic gets way better. Is Fire Magic better than Pyroclasm? I think that's actually the real question. Actually, maybe we're just an Ultima deck. Actually, Ultima sounds insane to me. Let's Ultima. Let's put Conquerors in the sideboard. Conquerors in the sideboard. Ultima in the main deck. I mean, that Ultima got us very good. Yeah, we got to add more basics. You're right. That's a good point. Maybe 3 Ultimas? Oh, what else can we cut? We need to cut something. Burning Bush, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Thank ya. I mean, with the ramping, Ultima might actually be fast enough. All right, let's go 3 torches. 3 torch the towers, 2 get lost, 3 Ultimas. And then mana base. So we're going to go down the Quarry Mountain Monastery. Go down the Ba Sing Se. Go down the Multiversal Passage. We also need way less green mana early, which was one of the big concerns with the original build of the deck, is we definitely needed tons of green mana early to make sure we could get the mana dorks down. That is much less of a concern now. We still need green mana, but we can try. I'm actually interested. I actually kind of want to see the comparison between how different this feels compared to the Badger Mole deck. Do we feel like you have to play Badger Mole just so you can have the explosiveness? Or can you actually just play a different ramp package and still be successful? Or does it just feel way too slow for standard? Is 6 basics enough? We do need double. Everything's double. 7 basics? 7 basics for 8 ramp spells? Yeah, all right, let's go down the Verge. We'll go 8 basics. All right, let's try it. Oh, we can't cut the Sagas. We're not allowed to cut the Sagas. So we talked about Yuna before. The problem is we're not really filling our graveyard with the Sagas. In our Sagas, they could die eventually, but they don't even like sacrifice. They flip into creatures. So that's my concern with Yuna, is just, I'm not sure our Sagas get in the graveyard consistently enough. I think we need graveyard filling stuff. I can still play. See, the thing is, if I feel like if I add Llanowar, then you got to add Badger Mole, right? Like how do you play Llanowar and not Badger Mole Cub? So I feel like once I start looking at adding Llanowar, then I'm like, well, if I'm playing that, I got to play Badger Mole Cub to go with it, and then we're back to cutting the Shared Roots and the Summon Fenrir's and so forth. To yeah, let's just try it like this. Let's try it like this. Yeah, we had Riata in the original build of the deck too. Riata and Garnet, whatever the Selesnya one is. We had both of them. They're just like, they don't do enough. They don't do enough. The Garnet never really did anything. The Riata did some looting, but it wasn't like especially consistent or powerful. So yeah, they were 2 of the first cards I thought of with Sagas too, because those are the cool Saga synergies. But then I just felt like they just didn't really do enough. All right, let's see how this works. Let's see how this works. Bonnet, Mountain, and passes. Well, we are going to, I think we actually shock here. We want to be able to tap out the next couple of turns to play ramp spells, so we really would like to kill anything this turn with this Torch the Tower. Like perhaps this Summon Burn Hilder. And now we can let the ramping begin. Well, I don't know. Let's see if Yang Chen does anything here. We will grab a Plains. Opponent untaps. Another Summon Burn Hilder. I have not tried Value Vintage yet, but it sounds like a sweet format. Who do you play against? Like, where do you actually play Value Vintage? Do you play it online or just like with your playgroup locally? We'll get a land. Unimpend. I kind of want to try doing like some paper gameplay videos of just random fringe formats. Bounty. And gets in. And turn inside out. Okay. And why would they not put that on the double striker? I don't know, but sure. And then discards a full bore. Gonna do some. I mean, we have an ultimate in hand. Weren't we just. Oh, it has to exhaust to get double strike. I see. Well, opponent does a bunch of stuff. We are going to play an Ultima and see if we live. Opponent. Please no hasty threats. Leyline of... Well, okay, we have an answer to that. I'm pretty sure we're not going to be able to let our opponent draw cards with this, but it is an answer to the Leyline. Yes, we would like to vote Leyline. Opponent. Would you like to vote? Okay, also Leyline. Starting town, go. Tiny... We did a Tiny Leaders video back in the day. We did. Found it. Full bore. Okay. You can cast it, but it doesn't kill us. Oh, I want the cards, but we can't do it. We can't do it, right? How bad is it's? I think we die if we do it. Oh, yeah. All right. We will choose life, sadly. Well, I guess we got to play a summon Fenrir. Yeah, play the summon Fenrir so we have a blocker, at least some attempt at a blocker. Get a mountain. We can wait until this Overlord unpens, pound it. We know they have the full bore, but we can block. Yep, you did it. What are we supposed to say? What am I supposed to say? That is, yeah, that opponent did the thing. They did the thing. They did it. They did it. You need... Yeah, it is. I mean, when it works, it's hilarious. It is a 9/9 for 3. You just need, like, some very specific cards in hand to make it actually work. I really don't want to cut Sagas, but... See, now this is a matchup where I feel like... Badger Mole Cub would be way better than what we're doing currently. I feel like Badger Mole Cub would just be... I guess we have to cut a couple Sagas. I feel like Badger Mole Cub would just make the deck fast enough. This deck has Sagas, but it doesn't have any Saga synergy. I mean, the Sagas synergize with each other. Hey, what's up, Cat Cam fan? What do I want for Christmas? Maybe some new socks. Can always use some new socks. What do you want for Christmas, Cat Cam fan? Oh boy. All right, opponent starts with a Leyline. Well, starting down, go. Yeah, it would be cool if there was more sweet Saga synergies in Standard. There's just not a lot of Saga synergies. So next turn we draw land. Yeah, I mean, I think we have to do this. So we keep the land. We can get lost. I'm really worried about this Leyline. Leyline makes it very easy to die out of nowhere. So let's just play the land past the turn. We might end up just get losting the Leyline if our opponent actually has a creature. Found it. Are they trying to set up that warp combo? All right, we're gonna wait. We're gonna shared roots. This might be even better. We can get a mountain. If they have their combo, we can kill the Colossus. If they don't have the combo, then we can Legend of Yang Chen to get rid of the ley line next turn. Good lord. Double ley line of resonance. Well, all right. Kill a ley line. We're going to do it. Kill a ley line. Untap. Kill a ley line. All right, let's see if our opponent... Oh, they can't even vote for a map, can they? Because it's got to be mana value 3 or greater. I wonder if the mana value restriction was necessary on Yang Chen. All right, don't kill this opponent. Bayo. Sure. This time we might actually draw cards. I kind of feel like it's worth dying to draw 3 cards if it comes down to it. Like, given the choice, I think I'd rather die drawing 3 than live not drawing 3. It is risky. It is undoubtedly risky. Okay, we hit a Roku, which is good. So I think we need to kill this while your opponent doesn't have mana available. I guess this is safest. Let's Esper Orchids. Mill the land. Draw the Fenrir. Play the starting top. Pass the turn. I want you and Bear and Cece and Friends and family and chat to have a good and healthy and jank-filled next year. Oh, Cat Gam fan, that is the best Christmas wish. I wish that for you as well. Oh, but some Badger Mole Cups sound pretty cool. Yeah, why didn't we think of that opponent? Iroh's demonstration. Well, all right, we get to Yang Chen. Everybody, Yang Chen tonight. Let's Legend of Roku. Hey, Bearby. How are you, buddy? Say hi to your fans. Here, that. Let's see. Can people see you? Let's see. Where are you? Where are you, buddy? Where are you? There you are. Here, let's see. Let's see. Hey, bud. Look. Say hi to everybody. Can you say hi? Hey, Bearby. Hey, big boy. How are you? How are you, buddy? What have you been up to? What do you got on your face? What'd you get into, bud? What'd you get into, huh? All right. We're playing Magic. We're playing Magic, bud. Good boy. You're a good boy. All right. So, we cast the Roku. We can play this stuff next turn still. So, let's play the Sacred Foundry tapped. Abrade the Zao. And look at these synergies. Look at these synergies. Airbend the Legend of Roku. The value end. See, there's the Saga synergy. There's the Saga synergy. We got the Saga synergy. Avatar Yang Chen picks up Legend of Roku. Replay the Roku. Draw more cards. Keep the value train running. Oh, Third World. It might pop up later, Third World. For some reason, there's sometimes like this big delay on... There's sometimes this big delay with subs on Twitch. I don't know why it happens sometimes. But welcome back to the Fishbowl, Third World Jesus. Thank you for your subscription. Big subscription. Thank you about it. Growing the Bayo. Isn't that the meme guy who like traveled through time or something? Phone it. Summon Burnhilder. Gonna draw some cards. Well, okay, so we need to Overlord. Overlord of the Hallwoods. Do a little ramping. Torch the tower. Kill the Burnhilder. And I think we airbend that Bayo. Man, Avatar Yang Chen's actually kind of sweet once you flip it. Bone it. Are we going to take some damage? They don't have any mana, right? And now we will Roku again. And this actually feels pretty good. Play the land. Tapped. Hit ya with Yang Chen. My favorite Avatar Saga, I actually really like the black one, which is funny because we're not even playing that one today. But I think the black one's really sweet. Oh no. Oh no, wait. No. No. We're at 23. There's no way. They would need haste and double strike. Opponent hits on land. There's no way. There's no way. Full bore. There's no way. Turn inside out. All right. Okay. Oh, we're down to 8. We're down to 8. That hurt a lot, but we're not dead. The Biogon Colossus is going to go away. It doesn't die, so they don't get the turn inside out cards. We make a mana. Summon Fenrir. Keep on ramping. Wow. Wait, is this card actually good? Maybe Biogon Colossus is the truth, and I just didn't realize it. Opponent, looking at the Fenrir. Gonna firebending less than the Fenrir. All right, opponent's out of cards. That is good news. That is good news. Because we are not out of cards. We'll grab a land out of the deck. We'll play another Summon Fenrir. We'll airbend the Legend of Roku. This being able to loop the Avatar Roku actually seems... Now we're like a self-bounce deck, basically. But it actually seems pretty strong. Legend of Roku. Returns. Draws us 3 more cards. Go to combat. Hit ya. Make a land. And... Oh, you know what? We're going to shock. Let's shock. Esper Origins. And we still have up... Do not want either of those. Still have up the Get Lost in case there's shenanigans. And I think we have it. I think we might have it. Oh, about it. Summon Burnhilder. Yeah, I don't know about going all in without having lethal. Going all in without having lethal seems a little questionable to me. About it. Gonna draw with the Summon Burnhilder. I mean, opponent's chaining together some stuff. I don't think it matters, though, right? We just have too much power. I mean, I guess technically they could live. Man, there's a Bayo. I mean, technically they could live, but I don't think they actually live in practice. We can get lost this thing. Trigger. Well, let's Legend of Kyoshi. Sagatron. Get them all down. Draw some cards. And then play the land. Actually, maybe we do win here. Torch the tower on the Summon Burnhilder. And then airbend the Skittering Kitten. And opponent. Done. This is not a uni deck. It is just a straight up Saga deck. Oh, I didn't update the version actually. This is version 2. We were a Badger Mole Cub deck. We got rid of the Badger Mole Cubs. Maybe we're better off without the Badger Moles. Also a reminder, if you need any magic cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/mdggoldfish. Oh. Curious, chat. What sleeves? What sleeves do you use? What's your go-to for sleeves? I guess we just run it back. Yeah, I guess we just run it back. Dragon Shield. Katana, Dragon Shield. I haven't used Dragon Shields in a while. How are Dragon Shields? Dragon Shields I bought 10 years ago. I mean, I guess that is a vote of confidence in sleeves. If you're using the same sleeves for 10 years, I assume that means they must be fairly well made, because that is a long time for a sleeve to last. Oh, yeah, I was actually meaning in paper. Yeah. On Arena, I got Fleam right now, but I actually like the... Wow, like have a one-lander. I actually like... the worn looking ones. Those are probably my favorites on Arena. What do we need? White, green, red. I mean, I guess we kind of have everything. We'll just let's take a mountain. Take a mountain past the turn. Seems like katanas and dragon shields are the two biggest winners from the chat opponent. Wow, still passing. Well, play a land. And yeah, I mean, this might be easy mode. It turns out, when your opponent does not hit their second land drop, Magic becomes much easier. Easy game. About it. Okay, well, I mean, okay. I don't think we should read too much into that. I don't even know if I give it a smiley face. Like, yes, we won. I guess so. But the fact that our opponent didn't do anything kind of makes it a little bit worse. So, what's your prediction for Worlds, chat? Worlds is this weekend. It is Avatar Draft in Standard. What is your pick? Oh, I'll update. Remind me between matches, and I'll update the deck command. I gotta export it from Arena. What is your pick for deck that wins Worlds? Out of all the standard decks, it could be Dimir, it could be Simic, it could be Izzet, could be a control deck, could be Airbending combo, could be Reanimate, could be. There's kind of a cool new self bounce. Some of the Izzet self bounce decks look kind of interesting. I also played against a deck that was reanimating Frostcliff Siege with the white, like, 5-drop warp creature, and it actually looked really sweet. And then I tried to build it, and I could not win a game with it, but the Mega Magic card for the 23rd month. If a king sleeps on a king mattress and a queen on a queen mattress, where does a prince sleep on a hair mattress? The air mattress jokes. How do you have so many of these Mega Magic Garb? I'm actually impressed, because we've been streaming for a long time now, and every time you have a good dad joke. do you have a dad joke book or something? It's actually very impressive that you never run out of good dad jokes. I don't even know if I should say good. You never run out of dad jokes. Let's go with dad jokes. They're good for dad jokes. Yeah, Saga's gonna win Worlds. I'm actually a little. Oh, this might be the Reanimator deck. I'm a little. Oh, this is definitely the Reanimator deck. Okay. Well. Let's summon Fenrir. Maybe we can get some stuff in the graveyard before our opponent pops off here. The Legend of Yang Chen could be alright. It doesn't answer graveyards though. 80% life, 20% Reddit. Found it with a grand. I'd love to see a rogue deck pop off. When was the last time we had a rogue deck that popped off at like a big Pro Tour World Styles tournament? Huh. So if they have Superior Spider-Man, it is pretty bad. I guess we Esper Origins. Mill. I guess Esper Origins gets a little bit worse now that we cut all the mana dorks. Mill, and I guess we'll keep the Legend of Kyoshi. Draw the Kyoshi, pass the turn. If they have Superior Spider-Man, though, that's a lot of bringers. Awaken the Honored Dead. All right. Yeah. And then they get to loot with Gran. I mean, we have Graveyard Heat in the sideboard. We do have Graveyard Heat in the sideboard. Opponent gets in. Loots. Vein Ripper. Is Vein Ripper still in Standard? It is, isn't it? I haven't seen Vein Ripper in so long. Yeah, it's still in Standard. Found it on Pens. Let's summon Fenrir. I think we just double ramp here. Summon Fenrir, do some ramping. And pen the Overlord, do some ramping. Play a land. Plus the Fenrirs theoretically give us something we can get back from this living end. Opponent. So many bringers. We're going to need to find an Ultima. Like, the way we survive this is the turn after they living end, we Ultima. Awaken the Honor Dead. Gonna blow up the Fenrir. So that's our hope. Whether we can actually get there, that's another question. Opponent hits his hand. I kind of think they should bring back block constructed. Or, like, if they're going to make standard into extended, maybe they make a new format that they call standard. And it's like 1 year of cards and rotates frequently. Maybe they just need to change the names a little bit. Maybe that's the solution. Well, let's play this Legend of Yang Chen to get rid of. So this is going to mill 3. This lets them discard to get something back. I guess we get rid of the mill 3. Come on, vote for something else. Don't read. Opponent's reading it. See, if they don't read it, they might just click something else and think they have to target one of their own things, but I don't know how you actually bring back block constructed, because we don't have blocks anymore. That's kind of the problem with just straight up bringing back block constructed. But it would be cool if we had like a smaller format. I think that would be cool. I've already talked about the theme decks coming with Lorwyn. Are these replacements for challenger decks? Do you think they'll be good? So my expectation is they're like new player, not good decks rather than challenger deck replacements. Let me see. I thought they were priced relatively cheaply. $60-card theme decks. How much are they selling? Yeah, I mean, the fact that they're selling them for $23 makes me think that they are worse than challenger decks. My expectation is that these are something like there's something like pre-con level decks. Pre-con level decks. Do we play this Legend of Kyoshi? How did our opponent, would they draw another Awaken the Honored Dead? Play a land. Legend of Kyoshi on an empty board is the worst. It feels so bad. Legend of Kyoshi. Unimpend. Pass the turn. So yeah, I haven't talked about it much just because my expectation is that there's not much to talk about, sadly. It would be cool if they were actually good, but my expectation is that they're kind of just like, if you want to try standard for the first time, here's a deck that has, you know, standard legal cards. It won't win you games in an FNM or anything, but you can play at your kitchen table. That's kind of my guess of where it's going to end up. If we got new block set of an old set, what top 3 sets would you like to see? Wait, let me read this again. Seth, if we got a new block set of an old set, what top 3 sets would you like to see a block set? So, if I'm understanding this right, the question is, if they brought back 3 set blocks and we're going to return to a plane, what would I like to see get a 3 set block again? Spider-Man, obviously. We need more Spider-Man. There's not enough spider humans in the universe. So Spider-Man. Really though, I would like to. Yeah, Yang Chen's not going to do it. That is not an Ultima. All right. Well, we get to bring in some graveyard hate. Take a 1 block and make it into 3 set block. What sets? Oh, whoa. So if we're gonna take, I see. If we're gonna take a set that only has 1 set and split it up into a 3 set block. Okay. So, ooh, that's actually a good question. I don't think anyone's ever asked me that before. So I'm assuming we're discounting Universes Beyond. Because I think people might be upset by the answer, but I actually think one of the answers that makes sense to me would be Lord of the Rings or Final Fantasy. I think that either of those, especially Lord of the Rings, could have been a 3-set block and would have done pretty well. So assuming we're not including UB sets, I think the number one that stands out to me would be Bloomborough. I think Bloomborough, all it is cute animals, right? Like that's the whole gimmick of this set. I think you could very easily do a 3-set block of Bloomborough. That would be really good. I also personally really like Dustmourne. I'm less sure that you could make 3 solid sets out of Dustmourne with the like kind of small world of being inside a haunted house. Would there be enough to actually make 3 sets out of it? That one I'm a little bit less certain on. So I guess my answer, outside of Ether Drift, what about Ether? Ether Drift is actually set up for 3 different sets because there's 3 different planes that they race through. It's gotta be Bloomborough though. I think it's gotta be Bloomborough for me. I don't know, what do you think, chat? What would your pick be? If you could take more Tarkir is always good. We've already had a 3-set of Tarkir though, a 3-set block of Tarkir. So we have already had it. Ooh, Torpor Orb might actually be worth it too. So Torch the Tower, not super exciting. Ultima is good. Oh, we're running out of time. Go down to Esper Origins. Go down a Haunt Woods. And a Kyoshi. Let's try it like that. Edge of Eternities. Ooh. I mean, we're getting the second set of Edge of Eternity blocks next fall, right? Except Spock's gonna be there. But basically, we're returning. We're returning to space. I actually do think that being a block would have fixed some of Ether Drift's problems. I do think that's true. Because a lot of it just felt like too much. Like, who are these teams raising? I know the loot stuff is a meme, and I like to meme on loot, but I think a lot of the real issues were there was all these racing teams, but I didn't really get any sense of like why they mattered or like who they were even. It just seemed like a whole bunch of people I didn't care about racing around. But if it was more spread out, maybe I could have actually felt like, okay, this is kind of like if you go to old Ravnica sets. When you go to old Ravnica sets, something like the guilds make every faction feel kind of unique and distinct from each other. I feel like that was missing a little bit for me. Haha. Well, I guess you get to get rid of the summon Fenrir still. But I feel like that was missing a bit for me from Ether Drift. I'm still lost to the... Hey, they were a racing team. They're from Shark World. They were from the Jaws universe. Oh, they can take the Torpor Orb, right? Oh, that's actually kind of annoying. All right. I was thinking that intimidation techniques was going to suck, but it was actually kind of good for our opponent there. Well, we're going to keep this Yang Gen. Should they bring back blocks? Yes, but it's never going to happen. Actually, I don't even know. I don't even know if the answer is yes, honestly. Should they bring back blocks? I think the answer might honestly truly be no. I do think that there's some rose-colored glasses when it comes to blocks and people like remembering how much they liked Magic at a time that there were blocks and thinking, oh, if we go back to doing that, it's going to be the same. But I don't think that's necessarily the case. I don't think the blocks were necessarily that great for Magic. There were real issues with blocks, and I don't know if any of you have experienced this, but when you back during the block era, if there was ever a block that you weren't really in love with, knowing that the next year of Magic was just going to be more of that and more of that and more of that, it was a little bit depressing because it moved so slow. So the third sets were legitimately weak. Wow. Got the arrow to copy a summon Fenrir. You do not see that very often. Well, all right. It's party time. Party Yang Gen here. Yes, we are all going to draw cards. Is that wise? Probably not, but we're going to do it anyway. And we will... Let's just full price this Overlord of the Haunt Woods. Full price Overlord. Do a little ramping. Get down the starting town. Pass the turn. I think the biggest issue with bringing back blocks now is there's no way it's going to work in the universes beyond era. So I think it's probably a non-starter for Wizards for that reason. I also do like, it's so funny, because I also like that Magic can move from place to place quicker than it could in the past. Like I said, when there's a great block that you love, it's awesome. But I definitely remember times, Dragon Mage, for example, where by the end of a block, you're getting to that last set, and you're just like, okay, I'm kind of ready for the next one. Where are we going next fall? Like, I'm kind of done with this place. So even for good sets, it's kind of like that. I think maybe the sweet spot's like 2 sets. Like, maybe in my perfect world, you do 2 set blocks, and you do two of them a year. So 4 sets a year in standard. You do 2 set blocks. I feel like that gives you enough time that you can really explore and do the, oh, this is not great unless we hit some graveyard hate right now. Because there's a Caballero. They have the stuff in the graveyard. All right, opponent. Well, come on, rest in peace. Come on, rest in peace. Opponent unimpends. Starting town is not a rest in peace. Well, we're going to flip this Yang Chen. All right, Esper Origins. Got to find us to rest in peace, and our opponent not have a negate. Actually, Ghost Vacuum might... That might be enough. We're going to keep it. I don't know if it's enough or not, but we're going to draw the Ghost Vacuum. We're going to play the Verge. Play the Ghost Vacuum. I don't even think we want to airbend anything. Yeah, no airbending. And yeah, I guess we play the Summon Fenrir, see what happens. Keep on thinning the deck. I will say I feel like this deck has not functioned worse since we dropped the Badger Mole Cubs. It hasn't functioned worse. If anything, it might be functioning better without the Badger Mole Cub package. Oh, cash grab. I mean, we're still gonna die here, but found it. Caballero triggers. Yeah, now that our opponent has double bringer, triple. Wait, is that triple bringer? Double Arden. Opponent's gonna Bitter Triumph, discard another bringer. Yeah, I mean, now that they have this many bringers, I think we basically have to top deck Ultima. We found a Ghost Vacuum, but it's not enough. We did not find a Rest in Peace. We'll exile one of the bringers, not that it really matters here. Unfortunately, bringer's a cast trigger, so we can't even get them by activating this and playing their bringer. All right, here comes a Living End. We get an Overlord. Green Saga would actually be fine, because then we could try to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we wouldn't have enough for Ultima, though, so maybe it wouldn't be fine. Yeah, viewer battles are our next stream, Third World Jesus. Next week. Found it. So if you haven't signed up, get signed up for viewer battles next Tuesday. Vampire Wedding and Werewolves were 2 sets. That wasn't even really... I don't think Wizards considered it a 2-set block. Wait, why does all their stuff have haste? How do we die? Why did all their stuff have haste there? Oh, it's just naturally demons with Arden. I see. That's kind of insane, actually. Yeah, you can send a message, send an email, saffronolive@mtggoldfish.com, send a whisper, however, just get me your email or your arena info with the hashtag and in what format you want to play. But Either way works. Do it on Twitch, do it through email, whatever's easier for you. Any plans for more Brawl? I'm sure we'll play some more Brawl at some point. I haven't really built any new Brawl decks. And no, we're gonna draw ramp, right? Okay, we're gonna keep this. We're gonna trust that we draw ramp and we get to play cool sagas. Opponents doing some mulliganing. What are you reading, Republic? Oh, you know what card I think is kind of insane? For Commander this is, but this card I just kind of stumbled across this card. And now I really want to play it more, because I think it might be really good. Has anyone played with Mandate Apiece? Mandate Apiece, in the current world of firebending, being like the hottest thing going in Commander, it seems so good to me. 2 mana instant. Only cast it during combat. Your opponents can't cast spells this turn, so you can potentially make someone skip their turn. End the combat phase. So it's like a 2 mana super fog that also fizzles all the firebending mana, any Fire Lord Azula triggers, and if your opponent just goes untap, go to combat attack, and you cast this because they're planning on playing stuff in their second main, you also could just make them skip their entire turn for 2 mana. I'm very curious of people's experiences with this card, because I feel like Mandate Apiece is probably actually kind of bonkers. Oh boy. Oh boy. Our opponent's Badger Molcubbing, and we're not Badger Molcubbing, which is a kind of a concern. Can we get a Crim-Mander week where Crims builds all the deck lists and 4 others have to play them, but Crim has to commentate? That actually sounds kind of funny. I'll see what I can do. I can see what I can do, dog boy. That does sound like a funny theme. Yeah, they had multiple Ardens in their graveyard too. Oh dear, this thing. Okay, well, here comes the spew. Opponent. I mean, I think we kill this thing. I don't even know if it matters, because our opponent's got so many bodies. I mean, I guess we gotta hit Ultima. Okay, that is an Ultima. Can we hit a dang ramp spell? Because they can be playing a Boroid this turn if they have a land. Oh, is it going to be fast enough? Is Ultima going to be... Does it even resolve? They could have repulsive maneuvers. Yeah, Crim making the decks for everyone and commentating would be pretty funny. Are you planning a stream when chat could build a deck for you? What do you mean, Tazinger? Just like... I mean, because we play, like, viewer decks that people send me or whatever. But you mean, like, build a deck on stream? Have we ever... I feel like we must have done that at some point. I mean, we could do that. I'd be down with doing that if people want to do that. That'd be fun. I don't have something like that, like, currently scheduled or planned or anything, but it would be easy enough to do. What would you build, Taziger? If you have the power, you have the deck building power for a stream, what direction would be going? Hey, what's up, the Optimizer? Oh, Tyvar. Well, Ultima doesn't really care. Well, I guess it does. It does care. Well, let's play the Summon Fenrir. So we're not gonna be able to get rid of the Tyvar, but we can get rid of everything else. Are we alive? Are we alive next turn? The Legend of Yang Chen can get rid of the Tyvar. So I think that's the hope, is we summon Fenrir this turn, get up to 5 mana. Next turn, now we might be hoping they play a Boroid. That might actually be the best thing for us. So we will grab a land, play the Sacred Foundry. So in theory, next turn we Ultima, the following turn we Yang Chen to get rid of the Tyvar, and... We're good? We're good? Everything's fine? I would like to play a Jackbox game with the community. A Magic-themed Quiplash would be awesome. That would actually be fun. That's something that we should do more of. We do the viewer battle streams on a game. Okay, there's a board. This is actually good. This is actually good. This is actually good. This is actually fine. Opponent gonna get in. We're gonna block. We're gonna take 6 down to 10. But now we get to untap. We get to Ultima. Oh, I'm so dumb. Okay. I should have played the land first. Definitely dumb. Definitely dumb. Should have played the land first, because it ends the turn. But we get rid of the board. Opponent. Land. As her Beast Binder. Hits us. Down to 6. Alright. Yang Shen, save us. The Legend of Yang Chen. Get rid of that Tyvar. Exile removal, so it does actually work. And then all we got to do is not die to a Beast Binder. I don't know what our opponent's thinking about here. It doesn't seem like there's much to actually think about. What have y'all been playing in Brawl lately? What is the most dominant Avatar commander in Brawl? I feel like when there's a new set, everyone rushes to like a certain new commander. It's probably Fire Lord Azula. Ooh, that is actually not great for us. Opponent gets and hits us down to 5. Oh, now I almost feel like we have to draw. The Legend of Kyoshi's, it felt so inconsistent. Ugh. All right, we hit a get. We really needed to hit another Ultima, but we hit a get lost. And now our odds of death are very high. With a double Paw Patch recruit, if we get lost something, they get counters and we still die. Oh, Hang at the Crossroads. Yeah, that card's really good. How is Walla Sing Se been? You've been playing as your commander? Are there any cool shenanigans? When I think of building all of Ba Sing Se as my commander, there just seems like there's so few colorless toughness matter synergies or wall synergies. What's like the coolest card to put in a deck where Walla Ba Sing Se is your commander? In the 99, you can like build around like the toughness matter stuff a lot easier. All right, opponent found in a Boroid. The Paw Patch recruits mean we can't target anything, and we still die. Maybe shrines, maybe sagas. Too slow. Well, fire magic, a braid. Get lost. Torpor Orb doesn't seem good enough. Clarion Conquer seems good. Go down. An Overlord. Kyoshi's feels like the worst saga. I feel like my impression right now is Roku's good. Yang Chen is fine. Kyoshi is bad. So I guess it just goes in order of how much mana they cost, essentially. The one that's most expensive is the worst. The one that's least expensive is the best. Pretty straightforward and simple, actually. But I do think that's the basic equation. Because Kyoshi, like, we've had games where there's just nothing on board when we have it. Aboroid's one of those cards that it's gonna... I feel like they end up eroding it for Alchemy to be like trigger end step or something, and then it's probably just a good card. Not playing Riata. Our initial build had Riata in... We had Riata in Garnet or whatever, Gannett, whatever the Selesnya one is. And we just couldn't get them to do anything. They just like... They seemed there were some of the first cards they added to the deck because they really want to play Saga support cards. But then the Saga support cards, they didn't do anything. So we ended up cutting them when we rebuilt the deck, sadly. And maybe that's the issue with Sagas, is maybe we just don't have... It would be sweet if we had a Tom Bombadil or like some sort of crazy support card for Sagas. But the Saga support cards... they're kind of mid. They're kind of mid. I feel like the Kyoshi is probably the most insane one in Commander. Like, the draw equal to power is so good in Commander. All right, we'll see if it's fast enough, but we do have Clarion Conquer, which is good at shutting down the fast mana. I still need to figure out how to make Blood Moon, Magus of the Moon, work in Standard, and I haven't figured it out yet. Aang at the Crossroads CDH. Interesting. It does seem like one of those dump your entire deck into play kind of commanders once it gets going. How is Aang felt as a CDH commander? Ooh, food chain? Seems good. Wait, is food chain... So food chain Aang is not infinite, right? Not quite. So close. You would still... So food chain Aang, you play it, you get the trigger. I mean, I guess it's kind of infinite if you also sacrifice what you put into play with it. Yeah, I can see it being good as a food chain deck for sure. Well, tap land, go. Hey Seth, I got a number of decks I've considered posting for the viewer decks. Any preference between MH3 Tamio, Nayli, or Nashi? Ooh. Nashi is effed. Okay, maybe not Nashi then. I mean, I really want to see the deck that you want to show me the most, but I would lean towards Niali probably. Tamio, I played against Tamio so much. Like, I'll play against whatever you want to play. So play whichever one you want to play. But I would probably pick Niali personally. Also, Nashi would be fine, other than you saying that it's effed, which makes me a little scared about what Nashi might be doing. So Nashi, like, it doesn't scare me as a card, but the way you're describing your build of it makes me worried that it might be pretty okay. All right, question. Will Laura scoop when Clarion Conqueror hits the stack? Get in your bets, chat. Are we going to see the concession here? I don't know if it's that devastating. Some people, like, the normal progression of this is you play the Clarion Conqueror. Then there's like a little pause, a little hovering. Then your opponent, you can tell they're clicking on their land, and then they just concede. That's what usually happens when you drop a Clarion Conqueror against Badger Mole. We'll see what Laura does. All right, Laura, not scooping. Botanical Sanctum. I was kind of expecting the scoop there. Most of the time, that's what happens. What are you doing, Bearby? What are you doing? I'll take you out after we finish streaming, bud. You're good. Oh, boy. Runneth. Well, we probably need to kill that. Let's play land. Yeah, I think we just abrade. Get rid of that. Ooh. Borosambi token tribal. Ooh, all right. Well, if you think it's too weak, really, I'm fine with any of them. I'm fine with any of them. They all sound sweet. I would say the one I would be least interested in seeing would be Tamio. I think I'd rather see the effed Nashi deck, honestly, than Tamio. So let's do Nashi. Show me how ridiculous your Nashi or your Nashi deck can actually be. All right, opponent. What do we got? They cannot Aboroid yet. They can get down a Tyvar. That is allowed. Opponent gets in, hits us to 17. Oh, there's an Ultima. Well, that's Esper Origins. Millen Origins is not bad. And Esper Origins is so good. It's so good. Another Conquer and a Yangchen. Well, I think we just take... Well, you know what? Let's keep the Conquer. Let's keep the Conquer. We won't let our opponent know about the Yangchen. And then hopefully we can Yangchen them to get rid of the Tyvar next turn. Life becomes way easier once you get the Clear and Conquer down. Do you have Jackbox games? Because I do. This is my petition to play Quiplash or TKO after view battles next week. Who I do have Quiplash. I do have Jackbox. I think I have the one with Quiplash. I think that would be fun. I'll have to figure out. How to set it up. We've never done Jackbox on stream, but I do think that would be like a fun community thing to do. I like the idea. I kind of feel like we Wrath here, as weird as that sounds. We can like Ultima Wrath. We can Ultima Wrath. Yeah, maybe we don't Wrath. All right, let's Ling Chen. That's fine. Let's Yang Chen. Get rid of the Tyvar. I was thinking we might Wrath and then play the second Clarion Conquer. But I guess we're kind of winning the race right now. So maybe it's better to actually just try to close out the game. Tyvar still lives, though. Right? Like, how does Ultima stop Tyvar? Can't they just make it indestructible? You know what? Let's go to combat. I think we actually get in with Esper Mod in. If they want to trade with theirs, that's fine. Well, I think it'd be fun to do sometime Third World Jesus for sure. I'll have to figure out the technical aspects. So I don't know if it'll actually be next week or not, but I think it would be fun to do. Oh, right. You are right. The Clarion does shut it down. Yeah, let's just keep playing Clarions. I think we're actually just winning this game fairly, quote unquote, by not letting our opponent do much of anything. All right, there's the Bororoid. Well, now we're maybe not winning it fairly. Oh man, maybe we're gonna regret not Wrathing last turn. It might have been better just to Wrath. Because now we might have to Wrath because of the Bororoid. All right, there's the Beastbinder. Found it. Counters up the dorks. Because this is going to give trample too, right? Found it. Gonna get in. I mean, we also get trample. All right, so we're going to take the beads. Take the beads. Draw fire magic. Oh, this is always so tough. Because I feel like it's almost always incorrect to say yes, but my heart always wants to say yes. How do we give up? But it's literally Secret Rendezvous in Standard, which we got to do it, right? We got to do it. How do we say no? We have to do it. You know, all right, we're gonna draw the cards. We might live to regret it. Well, we trample up the Conquerors. We go to combat. We smack ya. The timing on this is actually pretty good. So we get in here. We Wrath this turn. Next turn, the Yang Chen's going to flip, and we're able to start airbending stuff. So we're actually in a pretty good spot. I mean, the thing I like about drawing here is we have more mana than our opponent does. And card for card, our cards are probably more powerful. Maybe. I want to say yes, but I'm only like 50% sure. Yeah, let's... Actually, we got to do it this way. Let's Shared Roots. Grab a... Plains. Yeah, this is the turn to do it. Now we get to Ultima. Wrath the board. End the turn. We don't get our Overlord yet because we ended the turn. Hey, what's up, dear brain? Secret Rendezvous is bad because it costs you a card to do it, so you already got the card value out of it. So this is just based on who gets more value out of the cards. Yeah, I'm not sure that we're the ones that get more value out of the card, though. Like, we have more powerful cards in a vacuum, but a Bororoid's pretty pushed. I think we're okay, though, because we can kill a Bororoid. And then we can Legend of Roku. Airbend the Llanowar Elves. And now we have the Airbend Legend of Roku shenanigans set up, which is a pretty good spot to be. Play the tap land, pass the turn. Now we get our Overlord. Now we can actually use the green Saga. Hello, Probably been close to 10 years at this point watching MTG Goldfish stream. Glad you're all still around. Hey, glad you're around, Azure of Flames. How have things, or Plums, how have you been? Yeah, it has been. We were just thinking about it. This month is going to be the 10th year of Commander Clash. Wild. Absolutely wild. Seriously, I was thinking about it over the Thanksgiving holiday. I really am thankful for all of you. Like, it is amazing to me. It blows my mind looking back on it that it's been, I had so many aboroids. It blows my mind that it's been 10 years. 10 years that we've been doing this. Who would have thought? Well, all right, opponent's gonna land a war. We're gonna kill our Roid, and I mean, our opponent is fighting. They're fighting and clawing to the end, but I think they have reached the end. We get to make a mana. We will Legend of Yang Chen. And Esper Origins to airbend the elf. I will say that Yang Chen, the backside has really impressed me. The being able to airbend whenever you cast your second spell is actually a very powerful ability. The front side's been a little bit hit or miss. I know Genova seems like a cool card too. It seems like such a neat card, being able to like make things into mutants but yeah, it's never, as long as the Boroid's around, it's never going to get a chance to shine in standard at least. Man, Final Fantasy cards are so expensive. Like this border, that set was wild. Like this card is almost $8. That's so crazy. Most Magic sets are not like that. Like most Magic sets, the chase version of some bulk rare is not like Surrak, the fancy borderless version, 98 cents still. It's like a little bit more expensive, but Final Fantasy, people went wild for the versions of that set. What are the odds, chat? I'm skeptical of this, personally. But what would you put the percent at of there actually being another Final Fantasy level set next year? Because I know Wizards CEO or Hasbro CEO Chris Cox, our buddy Chris Cox, says that he thinks that we're gonna have, next year one of the sets gonna beat Final Fantasy, or at least match Final Fantasy. It's hard for me to imagine that, but what do you think? I would put the chances at, like, knowing what the release schedule is for next year, it is hard for me to see, like, how does the sequel to Lord of the Rings be actual Lord of the Rings? How does the Marvel set after the Spider-Man and how that went down, like, how does it recover from that? I guess it's got to be Star Trek that they're talking about. I mean, I think The Hobbit is, like, going to be a good set. It's one of the sets I'm excited for. It's just hard for me to imagine that the sequel, like The Hobbit, being better than actual Lord of the Rings, as far as like sales and stuff are concerned. Maybe just being in standard is enough that it changes it. I think that's the biggest thing. I think the biggest thing that people miss, and I think we saw this with Final Fantasy and Spider-Man quite a bit. I think that Final Fantasy fans are just starved for things of their IP, like the market's not flooded with them. But then when it comes to a lot of other IPs, and we're going to see this with, I mean, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Spider-Man, the other Marvel sets, a lot of those sets, oh, there's a Conqueror, but we're short of mana. A lot of those sets, there is plenty, like if you want some Spider-Man merch, you have unlimited, anything you can think of with Spider-Man on it, you can probably already buy. Same with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I think that's part of what made Final Fantasy such a lightning in a bottle kind of set, is just like the set was really good. Magic players liked it and felt like it fit with the themes of Magic. And then, so I think we still play the Clarion Conqueror. Our opponent can get around it by Azure Beast binding it, but this means they can't Aboroid pre-combat this turn. So they can Beastbinder make this lose its abilities, have their mana post-combat, but this means we're not staring down another one. At least it means we're not staring down the Boroid this turn. Opponent gonna shrink the Conqueror. Hits us down to 17. Well, we will play a Forest. Play a Summon Fenrir. Are they actually going to counter this? Wow. All right, opponent's going to counter it. That was actually more relevant than our opponent probably realized, because we were going to sacrifice that to be able to torch the tower. One of the Beast Binders. Opponent, combat. Opponent gets in with the Beast Binders. Yup. Okay, sure. We take it. Down to 14. Opponent passes. We draw Yang-Chen. Well, we will pass the turn. Hopefully they're not drawing more counters. Opponent. Verge. Combat. Attacks. Well, okay, let's kill this big Beast Binder. Drop to 13. Opponent can do some map cracking. Gonna go on the Beast Binder. Okay, just a land. We would like to hit a land here. A land would actually be sweet. And then on the island. Okay. Tyvar on top. Opponent passes. Oh, well, okay. That's not the land we wanted. We did hit the land. We did hit the land. Not exactly how we wanted to, but it is a land. Man, Beastbinder is actually kind of annoying. So why is it turned into an island? It's like Avatar lore stuff. It doesn't really serve any game purpose, but it does fit the lore of the show. Hard to imagine Western IP doing amazing if it doesn't also appeal to Eastern markets. Lord of the Rings, Final Fantasy are well-known IPs in the East. Spider-Man just has the Marvel movies that made people aware. From what I've heard, it sounds like Spider-Man actually doing really well in Japan. Whenever I talk about Spider-Man, I have Japan. Oh, why did they explore the island? I see. Whenever I talk about Spider-Man, like on social media, I always end up with some Japan fans talking about how... Oh, please tell me you didn't draw a counter. Yang-Chen. Oh, no, they did. And I think that's game if they drew a counter. Man. Oh, they didn't draw. Okay. Not dead. Not dead. Not dead yet. Get rid of the Tyvar. Sacred Foundry untapped. And I think we actually... This feels so bad. But I think we actually torch the tower with Bargain, sacking the Yang-Chen to get rid of this Beastbinder. And we will keep the Get Lost. Okay. Just not an Aboroid. Not an Aboroid. Not an Aboroid. Not an Aboroid. Please, not the snake. Please. Opponent draws. And it is. Okay, Paw Patch Recruit. I mean, Paw Patch Recruit is good. That is good. That is a good card. Well, Legend of Kyoshi. Draw 3. Play a land. Pass the turn. Oh, we are hanging on by a thread. Opponent. Come on, not a Boroid. Oh, no! How do they always top deck it? How do they always top deck it at the perfect time? My God. No, not the snake. Well, turns out, I don't know what to think about. I don't know what to think about these decks. So here's my impression. Maybe Sagas just are not good enough in the current meta. we live in a standard meta where a lot of decks are trying to kill you on turn 3, turn 4, and the Sagas, as sweet and as value filled as they are kind of slow, right? Like, I think right now, I would say Legend of Roku, I think, is very good. Yang Chen, and then Kyoshi, probably more of a commander card. Whether or not the build with Badger Mole Cub or this build is better, I guess I'm not sure. I feel like Badger Mole Cub is so incredibly explosive that I think you probably get more wins with Badger Mole Cub. Like, you raise the ceiling of the deck quite a bit. You probably drop the floor a bit, but I think the ceiling raising, like if you're playing Badger Mole Cub in the Mana Dorks, you're just gonna have random games where you have like 6 mana on turn 3 and then like 12 mana on turn 4. And when you have those games and you're like turn 3 Yang Chen, turn 4 Kyoshi plus Roku, like you're gonna win just by pure resource advantage. So I think that it's definitely less consistent, but maybe the explosiveness is necessary. But if turns out if Badger Mole Cub is not enough to make the sagas good, then maybe the Sagas are just not really good enough for standard, and maybe they're just designed to be commander cards. When it comes down to it, like if you read the Legend of Kyoshi, drawing equal to the greatest power of a creature you control for 6 mana, that reads like a commander staple, way more so than a standard staple. Yang Chen, I guess, Elspeth Conqueror's Death was very good in its time, but that was a long time ago now, and it definitely didn't have Secret Rendezvous. I feel like the removal mode is similar, but the other mode's probably worse. I will say the backside of Yang Chen felt really, really good. I don't even know if we saw the backside of Kyoshi. And then Roku, I think, is just actually a good card, but Barbara Wright from Doctor Who is the only card that makes Sagas playable. Sagas are so cool, though. They're so cool. Keurig, I think, is actually coming up. Keurig is coming up in a video in the near future. We didn't get to play it today. The black one I also like. I think the black one's also good. But if you're interested in the Legend of Keurig, keep an eye on the YouTube channel tomorrow, I think, because we just might be playing a deck that involves a little Legend of Keurig. But anyway, everyone, Sagas, they're fun, they're cool, but apparently not very good at winning in Standard. And I think Leviathan, yeah, there are some cool sagas from Final Fantasy as well. I will say there are some sweet ones. They just work kind of differently from these ones, flipping into creatures, but they're still like, we've seen 3 Blind Mice be good. The big like Knight of the Round Summon Bahamut's are good. The bounce of Summon Leviathan can be good. Summon Primal Odin can do cool things. So some of the Final Fantasy ones are really sweet as well, but anyway, everyone, I think that brings us to the end of our stream for today. So reminder, next week, viewer battle stream. So if you want to sign up ahead of time, let me know. Sign up by sending me email, saffronolive@mtggoldfish.com, sending me a whisper here on Twitch. Let me know your arena info, what format you want to play. And next week, we'll be doing some viewer battling. Oh, you're going to let me see the Nashi deck? All right, let me see Darebraid. Let me look at this very scary Nashi deck. Ooh, Nashi. Ooh, wait. Oh, is this Nashi for Commander? Oh, I was thinking Brawl, but we don't have Words of Waste, do we? Yeah, that looks very brutal. That looks super brutal. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Anyway, everyone, I think that brings us to the end of our stream for today. What happened to Thursday streams? Just got replaced by other things. Unfortunately, just too much other stuff going on with the YouTube and starting the box opening channel. So it turns out that streams are the thing that ended up taking a hit as we started creating new channels and so forth. So for now, we just have one stream a week, but who knows what the future holds. But anyway, reminders on the way out the door, everyone. Replay YouTube for the old streams, normal YouTube. If you want to see more sagas like the blue one, check out the Against Odds tomorrow. It's pretty sweet. And one more shout out to our sponsor, Card Kingdom. If you need some magic cards, you're going to make cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. Y'all are amazing and awesome, and I love y'all. Thanks for hanging out. Have an amazing week, and I will talk to y'all soon.